Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and it's playoff baseball time here at Concordia University, where your Rouse Raiders are set to take on the Timberwolves from Cedar Park High School. It is the 4th seed versus the 1 seed for the second time in 3 years where these two teams have met in this round of playoffs in the regional quarterfinals. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. And how about that, Jonathan? What an atmosphere in this place this evening.
I mean, the fans have packed this house. Concordia is an absolute beautiful place to have this field or have this game. And I'll tell you what, again, you just said it, second time in 3 years, 2021, heck of a game between Cedar Park and Rouse. And obviously Rouse looking for more of the same this year.
So tonight's broadcast is going to be audio only as NFHS holds the rights to live streaming, and unfortunately we are unable to do that for you tonight. It is behind the paywall. You can go to NFHS website and you can look up Rouse in the search bar and find this game. It will cost you, I believe, $11.95 for a subscription, but you will have to remember to cancel that subscription after the game if you no longer want to purchase their videos.
Well, that is a 1 month.
Yeah, it is a 1 month subscription. So
if we continue, they will more than likely continue broadcasting those games. So you'll have more of an opportunity to use that $12.
So the static picture on your screen is of this field, just taken just a few minutes ago when both teams were warming up out in the field. And they are introducing the lineups right now. Cedar Park Timberwolves are the visiting team. Rouse is the home team. Leading off for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, number 1, the starting pitcher, Cade Davis. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 11, Brooks Dillman. Batting third will be number 13, Brady Richardson at second base. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter, number 19, Louis Alonzo. He will be pitching or hitting for the left fielder, number 9, Drew Robertson. Batting fifth will be number 5, the shortstop, Quint Mullen. Batting sixth will be number 12, Jake Calishaw in right field. Batting seventh will be number 16, Logan Warden, the first baseman. Batting eighth will be number 15, Logan Hedges, the third baseman. And rounding out the order will be the catcher, number 7, Carter Wohl. For your Rouse Raiders, leading off will be the second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. Batting second will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar. Batting fourth will be the starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 11, Colin Correjo. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 2, Mikey Caputo. He will be hitting for the starting catcher tonight, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, number 34, Nolan Harris. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. And rounding out the order will be the third baseman, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We'll be right back with you. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway here at Concordia University. Defensively for your Rouse Raiders. On the mound, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 34, Nolan Harris. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. At shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. In left field, number 7, Caden Kaspar. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 11, Colin Correjo.
You know, you're not going to see too much of a difference there in the defensive lineup here for Coach Krimping. Obviously going with his hot hands, the normal defensive starters. He did decide to change it up a little bit here in a Game 1 situation, throwing Oscar Salazar. He's obviously the most rested arm and somebody that Cedar Park has not seen yet in the 2 previous games that we faced them.
Due up for the Timberwolves in the first, Davis, Dillman, and Richardson. How they got here.
How they got here indeed. It's been an awesome run for both guys coming out of 25-5A. Cedar Park going 24-11 on the season and 10-4 in district play. They were the number 1 seed out of 25-5A. In by-district, they did face Tivy Antlers, Kerrville Tivy. They did win 4-0 and 4-2, swept them, and then turned around and swept Medina Valley in the area round 5-0 and 14-4. Rouse, on the flip side, 26-10 overall in 1, 9-5 in district. They were the 4 seed, as was the case in previous years, going against Canyon in the by-district for the 3rd straight year, losing Game 1 and then turning around and winning both games 2 and 3 being a blowout in that game. And that sort of got the guys on a run where they did turn around in the area round and go against Alamo Heights Mules, winning Game 1 7-1 and Game 2 17-4 in a rout.
It is an electric atmosphere here at Concordia University as Cade Davis makes his way to the plate. Salazar from the windup. The first pitch offering gets the outside corner for strike 1.
And right out of the bat, coming out, getting ahead of that first batter, setting the tone early.
The 0-1 delivery, a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Brooks Dillman on deck for the Timberwolves. The 0-2 pitch, fastball low for ball 1.
Oh, great attempt there to draw a swing, and Cade Davis had to check up on that one and was able to hold off and not offer at that breaking pitch.
The 1-2 pitch, that's high for ball 2, and that will even things up, 2-2.
How did he lay off that? Sorry, folks, y'all don't have the video on that.
Yeah, that pitch he had to climb the ladder to even get an attempt to get a bat on that one. The 2-2 pitch from Salazar is fouled off, and the count will stay even. Forcell gives the sign. Salazar with the windup, the 2-2 pitch. This is fouled off down the first baseline, and Davis stays alive.
Yeah, Cade Davis being the normal leadoff spot, whether he's on the bump or not.
The 2-2 pitch, a fastball, misses low, and the count goes full. Salazar with the payoff pitch. That is cut on and hit to second. Rainer Heinrich has it. The throw over to first in time, and that will retire Davis for out number 1. 4-3 on the putout of Davis as Brooks Dillman makes his way to the plate.
Brooks Dillman, great kid. I've known Brooks for a really, really long time, as I have a few of the players here for Cedar Park, and it's great to see him at this level.
Brady Richardson on deck. Pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Now, in their first series or last game series, Brooks didn't have much of an opportunity to swing the bat as they hit him multiple times.
Change-up in for a strike, and that'll even it up at 1.
And obviously not intentional.
Well, it's great to be back here at Concordia University where the Rouse Raiders swept Alamo Heights here last week.
Yeah, really good vibes for the players. You know, they were extremely hyped to know that we were going to be back here, and they're really up to the challenge for a one-game series here against Cedar Park.
The 1-1 pitch, that misses just a little bit high. It looked to be a belt-high fastball for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 3.
Once again, we do have a 4-man crew here working the game in the umpires' slots, so really good to see where we get some additional eyes for those possible close plays.
The 3-1 pitch that bounces down and away for ball 4, and Dillman will draw the walk, and the Timberwolves have a runner aboard. George Garcia checking in. Let's go Rouse. Sarah checking in. Go Raiders. Be sure and check in. Let us know where you're listening from. We appreciate you tuning in and listening to your Rouse Raider broadcast here on SHN Sports. Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy checking in. Glad to have y'all with us
here
all the
early.
Way from Michigan.
Yes, love Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy.
Brady Richardson from the right side. He'll take high and outside for ball 1.
All right, so
Louis Alonzo on deck.
Oscar getting a little hyped early, obviously to be expected. You want to see him settle in and start trying to focus in on that mitt, right, for Xander Forcelli. He does a great job back there controlling the pitches of the hurlers there on the mound for Rouse, and, you know, I expect him to settle him in just nicely. And
1-0 the count to Richardson. Salazar from the stretch. This is fouled off, and that will even it up.
Exactly. Something that's been the MO, mode for the Rouse squad on the pitch mound is go after these guys, right? Let the defense work behind you. You've got great defense. Challenge them and let the defense get you out of innings so we don't have a lot of base runners with walks. Obviously, that's something that's been awesome for us the last several games.
Salazar steps off and looks Dillman back to first. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball sails high for ball 2. Jeremiah Manyfield checking in. Let's go Rouse. Cedar Park Timberwolves coached by Taylor Farce. He's in his first year. He has 24 wins on this season so far. 2-1 the count to Richardson. 1 on with 1 out. A strike on the outside corner.
Great pitch there. Really just catching a great piece of the front corner on that breaking pitch. It's really one you want to see him offer at and get a little ground ball for an easy double play.
George, we did miss you. Absolutely. Glad to hear from you. That one fouled off, and Richardson with another chance.
Tell you what, that one went quick in the net and gave a fan a little bit of a sweet chin music almost.
It is a packed house here tonight, and games that were on tap last night in the area, Round Rock and Westlake. My goodness.
Unbelievable. 8-inning pitchers duel.
That one's fouled off, and the count stays 2-2.
Yeah,
looks like we may be experiencing some lag time, so we might actually have to shut down OBS and then restart it here. We'll wait till the middle of the inning to do that, and then we'll bring it back up and see if that'll clear it up. 2-2 count to Richardson. The pitch. That will hit him. And Cedar Park has 2 aboard by virtue of free passes, and that's not where you want to be as a pitcher.
Not at all, not at all. You know, again, one thing that has been a big positive for Rouse is really cutting that down to a bare minimum, if almost none at all, over the last several games.
Rouse hoping to turn 2. Oscar shaking off the sign. He asked Forcell to come out and visit, but he runs through the signs for him one more time. Alonso waiting for his first pitch. First pitch sails high for ball 1.
Yeah, Louis Alonso, a really big hitting senior here for Cedar Park.
And Coach Crampaine's going to call time, and with that, we're going to take a moment and shut OBS down and start it right back up. We'll be right back with you here. That will got that taken care of, so hopefully that will take care of any more lags that you have. We'll see here shortly. There's a lot of time delay here. Now, Coach Crampaine goes out to settle his pitcher down. Oscar probably feeling the butterflies. I know that I've been feeling them ever since I got here to the ballpark.
If there's any pitcher that we have on the roster, Oscar Salazar is he knows what it feels like. He's been in this spot before, even as a freshman 2 years ago on that run for Rouse Raiders where he came in and handled
Malachi Lott and the Gregory Portland Wildcats
at Southeast or Northeast Complex there in San Antonio. Man, what a phenomenal game, and he did a great job as a freshman.
1-0 the count to Alonso. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1-1.
You know, I was going to say that sort of spot is normally where we'll see Blake Gonzalez sort of make his way over and have a quick discussion with his pitcher, you know, in that scenario. But Coach Crimpine, I believe, beat him to the spot.
1-1 the count. This is hit back up the middle. This could score Dillman. Landon Miller will play it. He'll make the throw to third, and that will score Dillman with an RBI single up the middle. Runners at first and second for the Timberwolves, and Quint Mullen coming up to the plate.
You know, Quint Mullen, another one of those players that I've had an opportunity to watch grow from T-ball on to this point in time, and a great young man, great ball player.
Nancy checking in. Let's go Raiders. That pitch in for a strike to Quint Mullen. Yeah. Aunt Nancy and Uncle Jim watching from Michigan. Let's go, Joe.
Really starting to see them try to work that outer half of the plate is Oscar Salazar, so we'll see if he's able to continue that and live in that spot. A very difficult pitch to make good contact with.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And it induces swings just like that. He really went back for the same spot and was able to get a little bit more break on that pitch, as Quint never had an opportunity to even make contact with that.
0-2 the count to Mullen. Runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the first. That pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Okay. Now the question is, will he challenge him inside, as he's had him looking and drawn those eyes on the outer half of the plate for the last 3 pitches. That one just barely missing, even though Xander tried to sneak it in there for a strike call.
The 1-2, this is fouled off, and the count will stay at 1-2. Again, I see that we're still experiencing some lag on our broadcast, even with an audio broadcast. I know that we got a server here that's local. The past ones we've had have been out of Dallas, where they've been much better, so that may be a problem for us. The 1-2 pitch, that stays high for ball 2.
And the fact that we do have multiple networks streaming this game, so that could also be.
Andy Rangel checking in, says hello. Hi. Glad to have you with us. 2-2 the count to Mullen. Salazar comes set. The 2-2 pitch. That stays high for ball 3. Mullins worked it into a full count.
And we do have activity in the bullpen now with both Gavin Silva and Trey Schluter both getting warmed up here for the Rouse Raiders.
The payoff pitch. That stays high, and that'll be ball 4 to load the bases.
And I'll tell you one thing, with this being a one-game series, you're not going to expect to see Coach allow this to go on for very much longer. You know, you always give an opportunity for your pitcher to work himself out of a game. But, again, it's win or go home at this point. So, you know, we do not want that. And just like that, yeah, Coach Krimpine wastes no time to come out and have Oscar Salazar exit as a pitcher, but I would almost bet to guess, seeing Nolan Harris come out of the game as well, that Oscar will probably go in at first base, and then that will bring Nolan in as the availability to start getting warmed up in case he's needed as a lefty specialist on the mound. Okay, well, yeah, he's coming in. So it's a switch here, a rotation. They're going to go straight from Oscar to Nolan Harris. They're alternating spots. Oscar does go to first base, and Nolan is now going to take his warm-up pitches.
Due up for the Timberwolves, Kalashaw, Warden, and Hedges with bases loaded.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, you know, one really cool thing about Nolan Harris, he's so unique in his delivery, and he's so much different than any other pitcher that we have. You're sitting here looking at possible close to 90 from Oscar Salazar, and then you're going to come in with a lefty arm that's almost submarine coming at you with low 80s on the top side, but he can break off a changeup that will get very close to low 60s. So awesome repertoire and different ammo that Coach Krimpine has available to him.
Raiders could really use a double play ball.
I mean, yeah, that's all they're
to get
lacking
out of this inning.
Exactly. I mean, they're literally one swing from a slow dribbler to get a double play and get out of this inning with only one run. So obviously that is what is on the mind of the defensive players. Probably go ahead and do a reset here, or we'll go ahead and check our network and see if we have other options available to us for the connection. So while Michael does that, we are just finishing up the warm-up pitches for Nolan Harris, and he has a quick meeting with Xander Forcell to make sure they're on the same page for pitch calls, and again, making sure he understands the situation, which Nolan does know very well. Bases loaded, one out. One run has come in on a base hit up the middle from Louis Alonso for Cedar Park. If you're just joining us.
Jake Kalashaw will dig in from the right side. The first pitch offering, he sends this one into left center, and that will score one, maybe two. And Cedar Park will take a 2-run lead as both the walk and the hit by pitch batters have come in.
And then in steps number 16, Logan Warden.
Logan Warden batting from the right side. Logan Hedges on deck. First pitch offering misses the outside corner for ball one. Yes, George, that answer is a solid yes. Coach Crimping did that several years ago when the Raiders faced Porter. Swing and a miss on a beautiful breaking pitch.
Yeah, and that
for strike one.
Absolute crazy 3-9 movement from Nolan, obviously throwing from the left-hand side. Just breaks hard in on those righties and then makes those lefties think they're going to get hit.
1-1, this is fouled off for strike two.
You know, and then the crazy thing is he turns around and almost goes conventional with that next pitch and just throws it right down the middle, and it just really keeps the batters on their heels as they're really not knowing what exactly is going to happen.
1-2, the count to Warden. 1-2 pitch. That will go to the backstop, and it springs back enough that Alonso will hold up at third.
Tell you what, he may be going to the rosin bag for that one to it's almost like it's stuck in his hand. It actually went behind Logan Warden on that ball.
2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball cut on and missed for strike three. For out number two, and that will bring up Logan Hedges. Hedges, the third baseman for the Timberwolves.
Third baseman Logan Hedges.
Yeah, now any base gets you out of this. Any ground ball, any fly ball, you're done and out of this inning.
First pitch, this is hit foul down the third baseline.
Coach Farce wanted nothing to do with that as he ducked out of the way. That was absolutely hammered.
That was such a sharply hit ball. I can't give him an error on his coaching box fielding percentage.
No, he wanted to make sure he came away with a good ankle on that one if he wouldn't have moved it.
Carter Wohl on deck for the Timberwolves. Harris will step off.
Oh, ball on the field. Quick little reset, you know, ump calling time as ball did deflect onto the field, so Rouse manager making his way out there to grab that.
The 0-1 pitch, that one is fouled away for strike two. Nothing in two the count. Two on or bases loaded with two out. Here in the top of the first with Cedar Park leading this one 2-0 over the Rouse Raiders.
And that gives Nolan an opportunity to really go at him and just see if he can get him to chase on any of his multitude of breaking pitches.
This is hit into right field. This will score another run as Luis Alonso will cross the plate with an RBI single from Logan Hedges. Bases loaded with two out for Carter Wohl, the ninth batter in this inning. Pitch outside for ball one.
Yeah, and without the wind that we have had traditionally over these last several weeks, I'm going to be able to try to get as much crowd noise as I can.
Breaking ball outside for ball two.
As our crowd mic is picking up the stomping chants of the Cedar Park faithful.
Well, they have momentum on their side right now. The 2-0. This is hit into left field, and this will bounce.
Got him!
He got the
what an
throw
absolute
from Kaspar to home.
Wow, that ball was absolutely smoked out to left field. Kaspar thought he actually had an opportunity to field that ball in the air, and it ended up dropping in front, but he was able to keep his body up. He jumps up and just throws an absolute torpedo to home and gets the runner to save an extra run.
Well, they have a fourth run scored on the board. Did they?
They did, yes. Yeah, the runner from third did score. The runner from second did try to advance as best I can see. I don't know 100%. Yeah, did the fourth actually come in? Okay, get confirmation from the other crew here in the press box, which thank you, Concordia, for giving us the opportunity to be in the press box once again as we were with Alamo Heights, but
well, the Raiders take one on the chin to start this game as Oscar Salazar goes a third of an inning, and Nolan Harris comes on in relief. And the Timberwolves put 4 up on the Raiders. They get 4 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1. And after 1/2 inning, it's 4-0 Cedar Park. Raiders have their hands full. You put up a 4 spot or allow a 4 spot to score on you to get this thing started.
I'll tell you what, though. They're no stranger to this, are the Rouse Raiders. We know what happened in game 1 of their district series earlier this year, and very similar. You know, they were able to get to our pitcher early, and even though we were the visitors, obviously, in Cedar Park, and we put up 2 runs, they put up 8. We tied at the next inning. So,
defensively for the Timberwolves, on the mound, number 1, Kate Davis. Behind the plate, number 7, Carter Wool. At first base, number 16, Logan Warden. At second base, number 13, Brady Richardson. At third base, number 15, Logan Hedges. At short, number 5, Quentin Mullen. In left field, number 9, Drew Robertson. In center field, number 11, Brooks Stillman. And in right field, number 12, Jake Cowlishaw. Due up for the Raiders in their half of the first, Heinrich, Miller, and Kaspar.
You know those Rouse hitters are chomping at the bit to get into this game. And
Davis with the windup, and he'll drop a breaking ball in for strike 1.
Show what they can do on their half.
Wohl gives the sign. The 0-1 pitch. That misses high for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch from Davis and misses low for ball 2.
Yeah, a lot of late break on that pitch there from Cade Davis. Almost looked like it was going to be a strike right down the pipe, but dropped too low to be.
The 2-1, that's a breaking pitch in for strike 2.
And then he follows it up with that one going, okay, let me not put so much on there, and because he's able to put that one right down the middle.
Landon Miller on deck. Snoop Daniel checking in, listening in. Thank you for checking in with us. We're glad to have you listening in. That pitch misses outside, and the count goes full.
I'll tell you what, there is not an actual empty spot in the house right now in the stands.
Payoff pitch, and Heinrich gives this a right foul, as that will go into the bullpen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the fans are absolutely loving this game. They have come out strong on both sides.
The payoff pitch fouled into the glove of Carter Wohl for out number 1. That will bring up Landon Miller. Caden Kaspar on deck.
Yeah, and that one looked like it may have fooled Rayner there on that pitch, as he was expecting something a little different and a little change up.
That pitch misses low for ball 1. The winner of this contest will go on, and Miller will lay off of that for ball 2. Will go on to face the winner of the La Jolla Palmview Edinburgh Vela game. And that game going on, or that series starts tonight and goes into tomorrow.
Oh.
A low fastball called for a strike. That's the first time he's given that low fastball.
Yeah, that was definitely low. I mean, I even saw Carter Wohl sort of try to snap that one up off the ground.
The 2-1 pitch, and Miller will give this a ride out to right center, and he will get a base hit. That will go over Brooks Dillman. And that'll be a double for Landon Miller.
Tell you what, he wasn't hesitating at all as he rounded first. And Brooks tried to do a sort of a layout to keep his body in front of the ball. Great job. However, this is a turf field, and it bounces way harder than their normal natural field that they're used to playing on. And that would have been a great play on his home field or even on the Rouse field with it being natural. And turf has a different mind.
It was a good thing Kalishaw was there to back him up as that hopped over Dillman and went to the fence. That'll bring up the left-handed hitting Caden Kaspar in a lefty-lefty matchup. 1 on with 1 out. The pitch, that's down and away for ball 1. What a turnout here tonight. Again, reminding you this is a single game playoff for the regional quarterfinal. And this is hit out towards deep right center. That is going to go to the fence.
And
Landon Miller will round third. He's headed for home, and Caden Kaspar will slide into third with an RBI triple.
And he is starting out just the same as he did against Alamo Heights, absolutely crushing a ball to right center field. And all you see is the numbers of the Cedar Park outfielders as they're running back to get that off the fence. Great, great way for the offense to come alive here for the Rouse Raiders and answer that 4-run inning for Cedar Park.
That'll bring up Oscar Salazar. First pitch, that's inside for ball 1.
You know, and again, the difference here, one thing they didn't have an opportunity to do was actually hit well against Cade Davis in their earlier outing against him this year.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
And that's one thing. I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of the players pregame, and they were really, really looking forward to that opportunity to show what they could do against him. And hopefully this is just news of what's to come.
That pitch misses low and inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Salazar. I do apologize for the lag, folks. It's just bad connectivity here. A pitch inside for ball 3. I'll try to see if we can pick up another server here in just a minute. The ones out of Dallas come in really good, and we don't have any problems. Really, we don't have any video right now. It's the stream. It should be doing well. 3-1. That's high and outside for ball 4, and Raiders have runners on the corners.
Very interesting. After getting that hit off of Cade Davis, he goes back and throws 4 straight balls. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Again, Cade Davis, no stranger to this environment, no stranger to the stress and pressure that comes in this kind of game. He has been a starter, I believe, for Cedar Park since he's been a freshman and has been a phenomenal pitcher for them for 3 years.
Guerrejo will dig in from the left side. He'll take down and away for ball 1. Guerrejo has been hot as of late at the bat, at the plate, and also done a pretty good job on the mound.
He did. And you know, he really wanted to be the starting pitcher tonight, but he's very much willing to help them on the offensive side.
And lay off for ball 2.
And we do have a quick time call, as that is now 6 straight balls from the arm of Cade Davis.
And what we'll do right quick is see if we can pick up another server right quick.
And we will keep the broadcast going, as that does not require us to shut down. However, if we do find another server, we will be doing a quick reset, stopping the stream and then jumping back in for everybody listening at home. Again, Coach for Cedar Park coming out, having a quick discussion with the pitcher, Cade Davis, and just trying to settle him in, no different than what Coach Crimpine did for Oscar Salazar. And again, Colin Correjo swinging a hot bat right now, just itching to have an opportunity to face Cade Davis right now. And, you know, just hoping he's going to give him something to handle as he can work all sides of the field. The UTSA commit in Colin Correjo, who's actually banged multiple doubles off the wall in the Alamo Heights 11-1 win that they had. I'm sorry, 17-4 win, excuse me.
The 2-0 pitch, that's outside for ball 3. Three and 0 the count to Correjo. Runners on the corners. And he will take for a strike.
Yeah, and obviously taking all the way there, having 7 straight balls thrown.
Mikey Caputo on deck. Davis will step off and reset. Kaspar at third, Salazar at first, with Correjo at the plate. 3-1, swing and a miss for strike 2, and the count will go full.
Yeah, really great breaking pitch there from Cade Davis.
Davis from the stretch, he comes set. The payoff pitch, this is hit back up the middle. That's out of the glove of Davis. The throw home will be in time, and they will get Kaspar at the plate.
Yeah, and he unfortunately was stuck in no man's land there. He was breaking hard on contact from Colin, and Cade Davis was able to knock the ball down as it was hit right at him, and you know he was sort of hung out to dry there as it was an easy play back at home plate. So.
Runners at first and second for Mikey Caputo.
Yeah, and again, a lag for everybody at home. Sorry.
That pitch misses low for ball 1. Well, it's just, I mean, I got a good server on that one right there, but I don't know how far this is back on us.
Yeah,
showing
we
this.
can shut it. We'll shut it down here in a second. In the next half inning.
The 1-0 pitch. That's a generous inside strike.
Yeah, you know, again, Mikey Caputo, one of those that really crowds the plate and does not shy away from any kind of possible contact on an inside pitch, and that almost hit him and still was called a strike.
1-1. The count. A breaking ball. Now that was a much better pitch.
That looked like a great pitch on the outer half that actually was breaking back in over the plate and was called a ball. So whether you believe in make-up calls or not, it's your judgment on that at home.
The 2-1 pitch. This is fouled off and thankfully goes out of play, as it was a infield, or you know, was a pop-up.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was going to be an infield pop-up, as unfortunately that comes right over, and we have a really great awning that covers the bleachers here at Concordia, but it does make it a little hard to see those foul balls or fly balls.
Deuce is wild for Mikey Caputo. Salazar takes off, the throw down to third.
And it's gone into left
field. And Salazar will round and head home. And that will cut the lead in half.
Uh-oh, and we have the bubble guns out on the Rouse side. Oh, my gosh, look at all those bubbles flying all over the place. Wait a second. We have something going on here. They are actually calling some kind of possible interference as they're bringing Oscar back out onto the field. Oh, they're actually saying that the umpire at third base, home plate umpire, got in the way of the throw. Wow. So interesting turn of events here, folks. So Carter Wall tries to make the throw down to third to get the steal from Oscar, and the home plate umpire impacted Carter Wall, affecting his throw. So they are giving Oscar the base. They are taking it away
but the umpire is part of the field when he's in play, and that's what I don't understand.
And then they get the strikeout. And absolutely, Coach Krimpine is beside himself right now.
That I have never seen anything quite like that. As the umpire is part of the field, and if the catcher bumps into the umpire, how is that the umpire's fault?
Yeah,
but then you take the point away from the team, and it's just interesting.
But he steps back.
No, interesting turn of events on that, Jonathan.
Yeah, so evidently the ultimate call here, there was, again, some folks here in the box that had a lot better opportunity as we were watching the throw and what was unfolding here. And the Carter Wall stepped back to make the throw to third, and he did make contact with the home plate umpire. At that point, the ball goes wild, overthrows into left field, and Oscar Salazar scores. However, he does call a dead ball foul, as was pointed out to myself and Michael, and they did keep the run off the board. Oscar does get the safe call at third, but then we have a strike call on the next pitch.
Nolan Harris back out on the mound as he deals strike one to Cade Davis. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike two. I agree, George. That's highly suspicious.
Yeah,
Nothing at two, the count to Davis. A breaking ball misses the outside corner for a strike, or for ball one. So hopefully we've got all of our connectivity issues taken care of, and the lag will be gone. Brooks Delman on deck for the Timberwolves. That is fouled off, and the count will stay 1-2.
Yeah, and Cedar Park able to bat around
Brooks
in the inning.
Delman just got rung up on
his
on-deck fielding percentage as Coach Harris fielded that ball.
He fielded it slowly, too.
He did. He gave him an opportunity, but he didn't catch it. And that will hit him and put him on. And what is so devastating is putting
base runners on.
And
without them
had
earning
him
it.
in a 1-2 count, and it's unfortunate, but as we've discussed so many times, there's no defense for walks and hit by pitch.
Right. None at all, Michael, none at all. And
Brooks Delman comes to the plate. He's 0 for 0. He has a walk to his credit. Brady Richardson on deck.
And he does
show bunt and lays off.
Yeah, on an outside pitch, so. And again, small ball at this point is what you would expect out of Cedar Park. Leadoff guy gets on. He's got speed, as he is your true leadoff.
That pitch just misses the outside corner for ball 2.
That was definitely a close one there. As again, you have a lefty on lefty, and this is again a side arm lefty. Makes it very difficult.
He shows bunt again, and the breaking ball still goes way outside. Hello, Donna. Yes, this is an audio-only broadcast. We were denied video rights by the UIL and NFHS because they are streaming the game tonight. So it is an audio only. It's a static picture.
Wow.
And a walk issued. That is the third walk of the night given up by the Raiders and 2 hit batsmen.
Yeah, and a similar start to this inning as we had in the last, other than we did have 1 out up to this point before we allowed the first 2 base runners.
Harris comes set, breaking ball outside for ball 1. There is some activity going in the Raider bullpen.
Same 2, we have Gavin Silva and Trey Schluter both up.
So what you see is just a static picture of the field of what I took earlier this afternoon, with both teams getting some warm-ups in. 1-0 pitch. A bunt laid down, and it's going to be a solid infield hit as Richardson will leg it out.
Great bunt
to load
there.
The bases.
Yeah, absolutely great bunt there from Brady Richardson. Put it right down the third base line, just far enough that Xander had to really move to get to it, and well out of the reach of Nolan Harris, who's coming off the mound.
That will bring up Louis Alonso. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI single, and Coach Krimpine is headed out to the mound.
And my guess, this will not be a discussion at all. He's seen enough as he is ready to pull the trigger and bring in a fresh arm. Would be my assumption, yes, as he does take the ball. And again, you're going to see a lot of rotation here as he does go with Gavin Silva, as I see him making his way off of the mound in the bullpen and through the dugout and onto the field.
We want to take a moment to announce the UIL Baseball State Tournament will take place Wednesday, June 7th through Saturday, June 10th at the Dale Diamond in Round Rock. All Conference 4A games will take place at Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state. We also want to give a shout out to the Rouse Raider Baseball Booster Club for their sponsorship of our broadcast season. I also want to recognize the Georgetown Shirt Company. We are Georgetown's and Austin's best resource for custom screen printing. Our professional print shop staff screen print thousands of garments every day, and we would like to put our expertise to work for you. Call us at 512-869-0979 or visit our website at georgetownshirtcompany.com. We also want to take an opportunity to run a 30-second spot for the UIL as an obligation for our radio broadcast. We'll be right back with you in just a second.
I'll never forget the day I decided to go out for the football team. Mr. Banks, the JV football coach and my history teacher, asked me to stay after class. I thought I was in trouble. He said, "Hey, Darius, have you thought about going out for football? I think you'd be great." Fact is, I never played football. Fact is, I never had anyone tell me I'd be great at something. So, with no experience at all, I signed up. And a week later, I padded up and was running drills on the field. I never was great, but playing high school sports was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was accepted by my teammates, and I learned that when someone believes in you, you can believe in yourself.
Encourage a student you know to take part in a high school sport. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And we're back with you. Scott Forsell asking what was the call at third against Rouse, and Jonathan went over that just a moment ago. And
yeah, so Scott, the pitch came in from Cade Davis, and Carter Wohl went to throw to third to try to catch Oscar Salazar stealing. When he stepped back, he made contact with the umpire. That did, in fact, alter his throw, and his throw did go out into left field. Oscar jumps up, does come in to score, but his run was waved off by the home plate umpire on part of his interference with the throw. Oscar was able to go to third as a safe call, but unfortunately the next pitch to Mikey Caputo was a breaking pitch in for a strike to end the inning.
Gavin Silva comes on in relief, and Alonzo will foul it off for strike one.
You know, Gavin Silva, again, another great pitcher here for the Rouse team, and he came in the Alamo Heights game, too, and was extremely effective, had a great outing against a quality team. So, you know, again, Coach really keeping a short leash on all of his guys and just seeing who's going to be the hot hand and trying to keep this game tight, as he knows his sticks are always there and ready.
The 0-1, that will get the outside corner for strike two. Nice breaking ball.
And that's what he lives off of. You know, Gavin Silva is a breaking pitch extraordinaire. I mean, he absolutely loves that pitch and will work it at the batter for on the plate strike, and then
breaking ball just misses inside for ball one.
And then he'll try to get that chasing pitch as it starts over the plate and works off.
Bases loaded with no outs for the Timberwolves here in the top of the second. Your Raiders trailing 4-1 and looking to get out of a jam. Swing and a miss for strike three as Silva picks up the punch out.
Yeah, and immediately Louie speaking with Quentin Mullen, letting him know exactly what to expect out of that right arm. And I believe Gavin is another one that Cedar Park did not see during our series earlier this year, as we are district opponents or foes, as it were.
Wow, I'm not sure with that miss, but that was called a ball, and Quentin Mullen stands in. Mullen's 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up and later came in to score that fourth run for the Timberwolves.
I think that missed over the plate, Michael.
Yeah, that's what Kit Hill would always say.
Hey, I'm telling you, he's always here in spirit.
He is here in spirit.
His name is still, and, you know, I actually meant to go to pull my name out of our little label maker, and I never did that.
1-0 the count to Mullen. Silva has a sign. He comes set. The 1-0 pitch, a slider down and away for ball two.
Great snag from Xander Forsell there to keep that ball from going to the backstop and possibly allowing a run to cross.
Kalishaw on deck as Mullen will step out, and both Silva and Mullen will reset. Silva toes in. He gets the sign from Forsell. This is hit to third. Gonzalez will step on third, throw to first, and the throw will not be in time. And why they did not throw home, I don't know.
Go to home.
And so that will score.
The runner has to pause at third and does not have a great break to home plate with the ball hit right at him. He's frozen, and unfortunately Oscar felt like the better play was to first. And
Dillman out on the 5U by Salazar. And I said Gonzalez, not realizing that they had swapped.
Yeah, honestly, I just realized that myself. I apologize. During the break there, a little
Slider down and away for ball 2 to Kalishaw.
So, yeah, it looks like Blake does come in as Oscar goes to third and Nolan goes back to first base.
Logan Warden on deck for the Timberwolves. Silva will spin off and
Check
look Richardson back to second. Slider down and away, and Forcell loses sight of it and quickly gets back on it to hold Richardson at second base. Three and 0 the count to Kalishaw. .30 pitch, fastball down the middle for a called strike.
Obviously, Kalishaw taking all the way on that one.
Three and 1 the count. 2 on with 2 out, and that'll be a ball forward to load the bases.
And again, back-to-back innings, bases loaded for Cedar Park, and really getting there not on their own efforts. You know, as we've had some walks and hit batters. And
Warden is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Slider down and away for ball 1.
And that strikeout came at off the arm of Nolan Harris.
.10. That misses low for ball 2. Raiders would love to get out of this inning with just giving up just the 1 run. Forcell will call time. He's going to go out and talk to Silva on the mound. Make sure they're on the same page.
Yeah, there's definitely been a couple of pitches that you've seen Xander getting crossed up a little bit. He's been able to get a glove on him and keep him there near him. But, you know, in this situation, when you have a runner 90 feet away, you don't want mix-ups to create a scenario where an easy run comes in.
Well, the Timberwolves have taken advantage of what the Raiders have given them so far. The 2-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. And it's hard to defend those walks and hit batters. 2-1, a slider gets the outside corner for strike 2.
Wow, and that definitely draws the
angst of the Cedar Park faithful.
Yeah, they did
not
not
appreciate
care for that
call.
Yeah, they did not like that one at all. And he comes back with the same pitch. That was again low and was called a ball.
And the count goes full. So maybe he thought it was a makeup call or decided to split the difference. The payoff pitch from Silva. A breaking ball in for ball 4, and that'll walk in a run.
Yeah, and it does look like Trey Schluter still staying warmed up, and now Nathan Bergman has gotten up to warm up in the bullpen as
That's
again, all
probably
hands
gonna
on
be
deck.
It. I mean, the Raiders have given up 5 walks and 2 hit batters, and we're not even out of the second inning. And that is a tough mountain to climb.
Very much
But
so.
it's still early in the game, and the Raiders can overcome it, but their offense really has to step up, and they've got to get Cade Davis out of this ball game.
Yeah, and they were able to do really good work early against him. Had some unfortunate events take place that, they got out of the only coming away with one run there in the first inning. But, again, those bats are streaky and very hot for Rouse. And, again, they're chomping at the bit to really get this inning over and get back out in offensive mode.
Trey Schluter makes his way out to the mound. He is the fourth pitcher for the Raiders tonight.
Yeah, and again, a combination here, just, going back to the stats and sort of reiterating what you did on Michael, is 3 pitchers so far up to this point going a combined 1 2/3, allowing 5 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned because of only 2 strikeouts and 5 walks, as well as 2 hit by pitch. And the max we've seen from any one pitcher is 30 pitches from Oscar Salazar, 15 of those coming by way of strike. And Nolan Harris went for 23, Gavin Silva for 18. So, again, short leash, as would be expected in the situation. And we'll see if they can have an opportunity to ride the right arm of Trey Schluter here, as, again, he's never one to really get up or really get down in any given situation. He's really strong on the mound mentally, and is only a junior, as was Oscar Salazar and Gavin Silva. Basically everybody we've seen up to this point except for Nolan Harris. Nolan Harris being the lone senior that has been on the mound here for Rouse. And tell you what, a lot of people, they're still pouring in, and I'm looking out in the crowd, and I'm seeing not only Rouse fans, but I'm seeing Glenn players. I'm seeing Leander players. I'm seeing Liberty Hill players.
Schluter from the windup, and he will deal high for ball 1 to Logan Hedges. Hedges 1 for 1. He has an RBI single to his credit.
And Mike Alepa is in the house, as well as Mr. Swift.
Yeah, I had a good conversation. He was telling me about the accolades of Julian this year here at Concordia as he plays for Concordia. Swing and a miss for a strike.
Yeah,
about how he leads
the
team with consecutive hits.
Yeah, talking to the players here. What's up with Julian? Why is he here? Okay, so we have some of the players here in the box with us, and they said, yeah, he's really been on a tear here lately, offensively for Concordia. It's great to see.
So he's done good in 2 positions from what his dad was telling me. This is popped up and playable. Colin Correjo will camp underneath it, and that will do it for the Timberwolves in the second. But they get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave them loaded.
And again, 1 hit in this inning.
That will do it. And the Raiders have a mountain to climb as they're trailing by 5 going into the from the class of 2018. Seeing several others in the house. First pitch in for a strike to Nolan Harris.
Yeah, we C5. I don't know if you saw that. And
the 0-1. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
Andrew Forsell.
0-2 the count to Harris. He's quickly in an 0-2 count. The pitch, that is fouled off, and Harris will stay alive as he spoils a great outside pitch from Cade Davis. Davis working from the windup, and he will deal. This is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will do it for Nolan Harris.
That brings up a little shotty, Joe Sparshoe.
Raiders need to pull the hats out and start doing a little begging.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you know, again, I'm gonna stand by my guns here and know that these bats will get hot.
Fastball down the middle for strike 1. And where he struggled to throw some strikes back in the first, he is definitely in. Little shot. He gives this one a ride out to left. And that will get beyond Robertson and will go to the fence. And Little Shotty with a stand-up double.
And I'll tell you what, he sent that one for a ride, and Robertson looked like he was maybe going to be able to have an opportunity to slide right underneath that, but just past the outstretched arm as he made his way and sort of bounced off the fence. And he's lucky that ball didn't actually get further away from than it did, which would have allowed the speed of Joe Sparshoe to get to third very easily. But, you know, a stand-up double is just what the doctor ordered here. Is we do have
Blake Gonzalez checking back in.
Staying in. So, yeah, again, Oscar was not the DH. Oscar was hitting for himself in the pitcher spot. So, having started the game, Blake Gonzalez is able to re-enter offensively, but he will have to stay in the game now.
Unless they
decide he's just a pinch hit.
This will be his first at bat of the night. That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 on with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second, your Raiders trailing by 5. Davis will spin off and look Sparshoe back to second. Davis comes set. 1-0. That misses low for ball 2.
Great patience here for Blake Gonzalez. Again, you know, yes, Cade came into this inning throwing for strikes, but, you know, he's shown that he's already can be a little bit shaky.
The 2-0 pitch. As Gonzalez shows bunt and lays off for ball 3 on a pitch that was way high and outside.
Yeah, and shows bunt way early, which can a lot of the times get in the head of the pitcher, you know, or he's really just trying to throw something a little harder.
He will take for ball 4. And Davis will issue his second walk of the night. Runners at first and second for Rainer Heinrich.
Yeah, and Rainer was really, really close to sending a few to the left field corner there. Unfortunately, both coming up foul, and he did go down looking.
No, he went down swinging.
Swinging, excuse me. Did go down swinging.
He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And this might be with his speed that the Raiders may opt to go a little small ball with 1 out.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt here. Again, third baseman is playing level with the bag, so something to really always keep an eye on.
And Heinrich again to swing away, but he'll take for ball one.
I mean, it's hard to really put him in that situation. Yes, speed is a great weapon for him, but he absolutely hammers the ball and has led the team this year in average.
Miller on deck, the 1-0 pitch. Just at the top of the belt high fastball for a strike. Just at the top of that zone. 1-1 the count to Nerner.
Oh, Nerner.
Little Nerner. That comes to us thanks to Carter Heinrich. A little C5 action. That pitch misses low for ball two.
Yeah, and it was so funny talking to him whenever he was out here for the Alamo Heights game, and he goes, man, I remember saying Nerner, go Nerner, and then I heard it called on the air. I didn't realize y'all were actually watching the chat.
Right.
He got a kick out of that. He loved it. Absolutely loved it, his little brother.
The 2-1. That'll get the outside corner for strike two.
Yeah, and C5.
A beautiful pitch from Cade Davis. He paints the outside corner with that breaking ball.
Carter playing at Wharton Junior College.
Davis comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three as he swings at a pitch down and away. We're out number two.
And again,
that'll
that brings
bring
up
Landon Miller. He's 1 for 1. He doubled to right center his first time up. And eventually came around to score the one lone Raider run.
Yeah, we could use that patient and very strong bat from Landon right now.
And that breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike two. A little foul tip, he comes back and says. Regardless.
Strike two.
Strike two.
It is 0-2 now.
2 on with 2 out and an 0-2 count to Landon Miller. That pitch goes way outside a breaking ball that he just lost the handle on. You saw him working his fingers because it slipped.
Yeah, definitely. You know, again, sticky night, and we got a lot of humidity in the air here, very dense air, so the ball's really not traveling much as there's just the flag laying
I don't know.
limp.
Sparshoe and Kaspar and Miller have all given it a ride. That pitch misses low, and that's another one of those that you really got to wonder, why aren't you swinging?
You know, again, a great batter can actually pick up that rotation on the ball. And if he's able to do that, he's going to be seeing that that rotation is going to be a breaking pitch that's going to drop out of the zone. And
Deuce is wild, and Miller will give it a ride. The throw to third will get the force, and that will end it for the Raider third. That'll go 6-5 on the put out of Sparshoe.
yeah, and Quentin Mullen doing a great job of playing off of second base and not working on trying to keep the runner on, allowing, you know, his fellow teammate over at second to do that. And, you know, it allowed him to really, that ball was hit deep in the hole, but, you know, with a runner going to third, it allowed him to just make the play and not have to make a hard, long throw and get the quick, easy out at third.
The Raiders get no runs on one hit. They leave one after 2 complete. It's 6-1 Cedar Park. Colin Correjo comes on in relief of Trey Schluter.
Interesting. Again, situational ball here, and you know, Colin wanting the opportunity to represent his squad on the mound tonight, and now he has it, and you know he's really excited for this opportunity.
Due up for the Timberwolves in the third, Wohl, Davis, and Dillman.
So bottom back to the top, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for Cedar Park.
So
I think we can take an opportunity here to play another one of the.
yeah, let's get it at the middle of the inning. Unless you see one that says 30, you can hit it. That one's.
No, they're all quite a bit longer
They
here.
throw down. There is a 30 there. 2 of them are 30s and 2 are 60s. So 30-second and 1 minute commercials from the UIL.
Having a chance to see and speak with Mr. and Mrs. Rouse in the house tonight. And
breaking ball in for strike one.
having a great talk with them before the game. It's always great to see them out here representing.
That one fouled off for strike two. Correjo, the UTSA Roadrunner commit, now pitching for your Raiders. That pitch just misses the outside corner, a little bit high for ball one. 1-2 the count to Wohl. That pitch sails high for ball two.
You know what a great
breaking ball will hit him. That's the third hit batter.
And the third, I was going to say leadoff. That's not quite the leadoff. They did get the one out on leadoff for in the first inning. But the following 2 innings, the leadoff batter does get on for Cedar Park.
That'll bring up Cade Davis. He's 0 for 1 and has been hit by a pitch. He grounded to second his first time up.
Be great to see if we can get that, little ground ball here and get a quick double play.
Fastball, this is hit back up the middle. Rainer Heinrich plays it, the throw to second in time, but there will not be a throw to first on the fielder's choice.
We will take that. A great play from Rainer Heinrich as he has to dive as that ball was actually looking to try and make its way up the middle. Rainer lays out, is able to smother the ball, and obviously Joe Sparshoe right there waiting for the throw and not having an opportunity to turn it. But again, you take that advanced runner, the lead runner, and get that out, and now look for that double play opportunity.
Brooks Dillman comes to the plate. He has walked. Pitch in for a strike. He has walked twice. He has scored once. And was out unassisted at third base. Throw to first, not in time.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's such a great legacy that's forming here for the Correjo family with both Amanda and Kevin Correjo, Colin's parents, both going to UTSA.
Pitch down and away for ball one.
Really cool to see that. Happy for him, happy for the family.
Correjo from the stretch. He takes his time, and Dillman will back out and reset.
Yeah, and Colin normally a very, very quick pitcher.
Brady Richardson on deck. Swing and a miss for strike two. Davis extends his lead at first. 1-2 pitch. He lays off for ball two. Able to check his swing just a bit. Just a skosh.
Just a skosh. He was ready to offer, and obviously Brooks taking that 2-strike approach, choking up on the bat. Wow. He called time, and he gave it to him, but he gave it to him very quietly, as that was a beautiful breaking pitch in for a strike.
And Correo upset.
Oh, sure he was, because it was very quiet. He didn't give us he didn't really raise his hands and show that it was a time call. As he does it again. What is mind games here?
Interesting, to say the least. 2-2. That pitch just misses inside for ball 3.
Colin maybe sending an ever so quiet message that he was not happy with that at all.
Full count to Dillman. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for Dillman in the 3rd. That'll bring up Brady Richardson. Louis Alonso on deck. 1 on with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 3rd, Cedar Park leading it 6-1 over the Raiders. Correo toes in. First pitch offering. This is hit into left center. That'll be a base hit. That'll be fielded by Landon Miller. That'll put runners at first and second.
You know, and again, with 2 outs here, now you have an opportunity, third, second, or first, to get that easy out. Louis obviously driving the ball up the middle in his first at bat.
Alonso is 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. Forsell will call time, and he wants to go back through the signs. 2 on with 2 out for Alonso. That just fouled off and bounced up and hit him off the leg.
Yeah, quick little walk over there just to, walk and make sure everything's good. He is obviously wearing the shin guard there on his left side. Rightfully so, as that is where it looks to have hit him.
Correo steps off and then re-engages. The 0-1 pitch. That's fouled off for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Alonso. Yeah, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. I'm Michael Francis alongside Jonathan Kaspar, bringing you all the action today in this regional quarterfinal round. Alonso will call time and step out.
And we're now.
This umpire gives
every time.
Every time. No matter where the pitcher's at,
he's obviously not been watching the MLB rules on pitch count or the game clock.
Correo steps off and looks Davis back to second.
But I'll tell you what, right now is a very crazy time on a baseball game. The night sky is starting to get to that point where the glow of the lights and reflection.
I say that's Kay Davis. That's a courtesy runner for him. Number 20. Can you give me a name?
I can, yes, sir. Number 20 will be Hernsberger. Aiden Hernsberger.
That pitch down and away for ball 1.
What I was saying is just really got to watch those outfielders and making sure they're paying attention to any kind of ball that is hit in the sky, as it can be very, very difficult to see that ball at this time of night or evening.
Heinrich runs over to second and then waves.
He's like, never mind.
Off. Never mind.
Never mind. We'll get him next time. As he was looking to cover on the possible pick throw there.
Correo takes a look back at Hernsberger, and Heinrich not able to get the tag down in time. Had the throw been a little bit lower, he might have been able to get the tag.
Tell you what, I like that little acting job there from Rainer Heinrich.
he
goes,
did.
no, don't worry about
He
it.
did a good job to sell it, but unfortunately it didn't work out for him.
And he comes right back at him and does try to sell that. Yes, sir.
The 1-2 pitch. Wow.
Close, but definitely outside. Possibly a little bit high as well, but, good ball call.
2-2, Deuces wild for Alonzo. Actually, he's got the 4 of a kind with 2 on. This is cut on and playable. It's hit out towards right field.
And that is,
and I believe that's
Oscar
maybe
Salazar.
Oscar Salazar in right field.
Okay, so, yeah, we didn't think about the
because Gonzalez went to third, and we didn't catch that.
Wow, I am slacking.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Man, we got lots going on tonight, Michael. We got lots. So, okay, everybody. So, Blake Gonzalez did come back in to his starting position of third base. Oscar Salazar makes his way out to right field as he was a starter, so he is able to re-enter, which answers our question of Blake coming in to hit for himself and then going back in at third base. And then again, Colin Correjo was a right field starter and comes in at pitcher. So for everybody watching at home, if you start a game, you are able to re-enter in any position on the field with 0 issues against the team. Now, if you are brought out and substituted offensively, you have to re-enter. If you do not re-enter, the guy that hit for you or another player will have to come in and play for you. So hopefully that maybe takes care of any questions that would have been out there. I may have missed a few possible scenarios in there, but that's all I know.
Due up for the Raiders in the third, Kaspar, Salazar, and Correjo. Kate Davis back out on the mound for the Timberwolves. Take a look, Jonathan. Do we have any defensive changes for the Timberwolves? I don't think that we do.
I would not suspect so, as I am not as 100% familiar with all of these numbers.
Kaspar will bend backwards and get rung up for a strike.
Yeah, on a great breaking pitch.
It definitely backed him out. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside corner. And Kaspar quickly in an 0-2 count. Nothing at 2, the count to Kaspar. And he will lay off for ball 1. And looked a lot like that first pitch strike.
I think that was definitely further inside, that one.
Fastball down and away for ball 2, and that will even it up.
That was another really close one.
Kaspar is swings and misses on an outside pitch for strike 3, and that will do it for Kaspar in the third. Raiders have yet to get the leadoff aboard. That will bring up Oscar Salazar. Sal, as I started calling him, he will take for ball 1. One 0 pitch. That will bounce away from Wohl to the backstop, and look at that, Correjo helping his on-deck fielding percentage. How about that?
Yes, sir.
He's keeping it at 1,000 on the season. He's been top-notch and stellar from the on-deck circle all season long. 2-0 the count to Salazar.
Yeah, it's so amazing watching Cade Davis comes in and has 3 beautiful pitches there against Caden, and then just follows it up with back-to-back balls that weren't even close.
The 2-0 from Davis, that's high and outside for ball 3.
And now we'll say back-to-back-to-back balls that really never even gave interest from Oscar.
That pitch in for a strike. Salazar in a 3-1 count. This is lifted into right center, or right field, and Kalashaw will make it in time. It was shallow, but it was a towering high fly ball, which allowed him to get to it in time. But
yeah,
if he had not, I think Brady Richardson would have been able to play it.
Yeah, a couple of hesitation steps there, which sort of, again, made me wonder, did he possibly lose it in that glow, again, going up through the shine of the lights and then back down and, easily can be lost.
And Correjo will take for a ball as he stands in. Correjo is hit into a fielder's choice in his lone at bat. That pitch in for a strike, which looked eerily similar to the pitch just before it.
Yeah, that was a bit higher, though.
1-1 the count. That pitch right at a belt-high fastball for strike 2.
Great pitch. Again, a lot of movement there on that.
Thank you, George, for your kind words to us. A breaking ball just misses inside for ball 2. And Cade Davis is starting to get in a groove. Deuce is wild. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and the Raiders go down in order as they retire the side. After 3 complete, it is 6-1 Cedar Park. And that is running out of outs.
Yes, sir. Again, it's gone past being early in the game now through being in the middle portion, middle innings, and again, I'm holding true to that belief that the bats will awaken and we will have that Raider inning that we are known for this year and wake up and just start driving. Cade Davis possibly being out of the lineup at that point and then going from there. And we'll go ahead and kick on one of these UIL.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Due up for the Timberwolves in the 4th, Mullen, Kalashaw, and Warden. Quinn Mullen will dig in, and he will take high for ball 1. One and 0 the count. Correjo from the windup. 1-0 pitch. It is cut on and missed for strike 1.
And Colin really getting into his own groove as he is an extremely fast worker off the mound, as I mentioned earlier. And
that pitch in for a strike, and Mullen in a 1-2 count.
as quick as that ball is delivered back to him from Xander Forsell, he's already there ready to go, like waiting for the batter to get in the box.
The 1-2 pitch, a slider down and away for ball 2.
tight there was that one. Just unfortunately didn't get the call from home plate umpire, and he'll go back at him again.
The 2-2 pitch. This is cut on and hit back up the middle. That will get through and be a base hit, as Correjo could not play it as it hopped and rolled under his glove.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that'll be an infield hit for Quentin Mullen.
Yeah, unfortunately his momentum taking him away from where that ball was actually hit. He tried to redirect his body and just could not get down on the ball as it, as you said, Michael, sneaks underneath his glove. And although Joe Sparshoe and Blake Gonzalez both crashing on that, just was not able to get to the ball quickly enough to make a throw.
Kalishaw will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He has an RBI single to his credit. From the stretch, first pitch offering. Throw down to first will not be in time, as Forcell attempted to back pick, but he lost sight of the ball.
Yeah, and Quentin actually thought about breaking for second, and he did for a moment, and then realized, oh, he had the ball, I better get back. And yeah, he was able to beat that back. So
1-0 the count to Kalishaw. The pitch. He will foul that one off for a strike.
And actually, Quentin Mullen being the first runner to be on each inning for the Cedar Park Timberwolves that got on through a hit.
Throw over to first will not be in time as Mullen dives back in safely.
George, I really appreciate that. That's super awesome to
That one fouled off for strike 2.
Mr. George Garcia. And we love having y'all on and listening to the broadcast, and you know we love doing it, right? I mean it's super fun.
1-2 the count. Mullen extends his lead at first. 1-2 pitch. That is fouled away.
Really fighting that one off. High and inside pitch that he was really trying to swing on, and became more of a defensive effort there as he was able to foul it off.
1-2. That's inside for ball 3. Or ball 2. And that will even it up.
I was about to say, man, did I miss one? I have been known to do that from time to time.
Correjo comes set. The 2-2 pitch. That is in on the hands and fouled softly to the net.
But really challenging.
Talk about
right-handed,
backspin, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's just barely making contact with that right above his hands as Collins going hard inside on these right-handed batters.
The 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3.
Yeah, right fielder is Oscar Salazar, so we do have the same defense for Rouse as Blake Gonzalez back in at third. Oscar Salazar has made his way out to right field, and Nolan Harris does stay at first.
Throw over to first, not in time.
And again, I hope everybody can really feel the effect of all these fans here in the stands right now as they are making their presence known.
This is hit out to left, and that is going to go to the fence. The throw in will hold Mullen at to third with Kalishaw or Warden with a double.
Yeah, he didn't miss much of that ball at all. He absolutely hammered that down the third base line and almost just was a one-hopper that hardly ever peaked as it hit the fence there and left. Caden Kaspar being able to get to that and hold the runners on the bases and stopping a possible run from going home, which, you know, they can't really afford any additional runs at this point in time in the game.
Absolutely not. Logan Hedges will come to the plate. He has popped up to right and singled. This one is fouled back for a strike.
Of course, that draws a quick little discussion from Coach Forrest.
George says, you can tell you enjoy it, and then again, the quality is great. Don't let the big leagues poach you. Come on, Rouse, let's get some run. True
Right?
that. True that. Let's get some runs going. We need some offense. They need to take advantage of some opportunities that have been given.
Yeah, and Colin really just hyping himself up right now. You can, again, just tell that he's really wanting to go at this next batter.
That's fouled off for a strike, and Hodges in an 0-2 count.
Yeah, again, the law firm of Logan, and Carter as are the 7, 8, and 9 batters for Cedar Park.
The 0-2 pitch. That's down and away. That gets away from Forcell, but Mullen will hold up as Forcell quickly got to it.
Actually jumped on that like a cat, man. He was not letting that get away from him too far, and Colin crashes hard on the home plate to make sure to keep Quentin over there at third.
Carter Wohl on deck. 2 on with 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Timberwolves. Mullen at third, Hodges at second. That pitch high and outside for ball 2.
Colin being very smart here, not trying to give anything over the plate, trying to work these batters and get them to chase. And I would bet that he'd probably come right back inside as he's been doing to these right-handed batters.
The 2-2 pitch, that's fouled off. Edges. Keeping it going. That's again fouled off. He just gets a piece of it.
Quality at bat here from Hedges as he is just spoiling very good pitches here from Colin Correjo.
The 2-2 pitch. This was again fouled off. Correjo wanting to work quickly. He's motioning to Forcell. Come on, let's go. Let's get this. Give me the signs. Let's get it going.
He's a rhythm pitcher, no doubt. I mean, he loves to get in that rhythm. He lives for that. And
the 2-2 pitch, a fastball. Misses high for ball 3.
Again, a really difficult pitch to lay off of with everything that he's been offering at. And Hedges does lay off of that one and gets the ball call.
Payoff pitch coming up. This is hit back up the middle. Heinrich has it. The throw to first in time on the fielder's choice. That'll go 4-3 on the put out of Hedges. My.
Yeah, and again, Colin going right back at it here.
My. First pitch to Wohl is down and away for ball 1.
There he goes.
That pitch in for a strike. My goodness.
There he goes. And right back
that
at
pitch
it.
On the inside corner. And the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch that sails high for ball 2, and that'll even it up. Davis on deck. Fastball. This is lifted high into center field. Landon Miller will get to it in time, and that will do it for the Cedar Park Force. But they get 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 2. After 3.5, it is 7-1 Cedar Park.
And as the saying goes, we got a guy out there in right, and he's pretty darn fast over there, is Landon Miller, and is able to camp out on that one with 0 problems. But here we are again, another opportunity to get the bats fired up with the middle of the lineup, I believe, coming up. Yes.
Due up for the Raiders, Caputo, Harris, and Sparshoe.
6, 7, and 8 batters. So middle to the back half of the lineup, or third of the lineup as it is.
The UIL Baseball State Tournament will take place Wednesday, June 7th through Saturday, June 10th at the Dale Diamond in Round Rock. All Conference 4A games will take place at Disch-Falk Field at the University of Texas of Austin. Tickets now available at uiltexas.org/baseball/state. We want to give a shout out to our Rouse Baseball Booster Club, Brian Sparshoe, Chrissy Caputo, and Susie Meyer, Ron Bergman.
Ron Bergman, the man, the myth, the legend. I will say Bregman.
Bregman, there you go.
I love giving his boy grief. Big Dodgers fan, his son, Nathan Bergman, that I love to call Bregman because he does not like the Astros at all.
We also want to give a shout out to the Georgetown Shirt Company. We are Georgetown and Austin's best resource for custom screen printing. Our professional print shop staff screen print thousands of garments each and every day, and we would like to put our expertise to work for you. Call us at 512-869-0979 or visit our website at georgetownshirtcompany.com. Mikey Caputo will make his way to the plate for his second opportunity. He struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Davis will wind the deal. That pitch misses inside for ball 1. And his pitches are looking good, Jonathan.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's coaches or the ump is definitely not giving much of that inside.
A breaking ball misses for ball 2. Davis just a junior, and he will be back next year. That pitch misses for ball 3. You still got some things that can make happen here. You have a big inning, and you can erase that lead, that pitch in for a strike.
And you were talking about alumni as your son makes his way across the front here behind the net.
Seth Francis.
Pitcher.
He was a pitcher. He picked up a win versus Bowie, and that pitch called a strike, and Caputo thought it was a ball.
Mikey thought
so
differently.
He had to go pick up his bat.
Yeah, he did. Just an easy little toss there from Mikey as he figured that was a little low in the zone. And
full count, the payoff pitch swung on and fouled off.
Little teamwork there from Nolan Harris, keeping his on-deck.
His on-deck fielding percentage.
At 1,000, and gives the assist to Mikey Caputo, so before he gives it to the home plate umpire.
A payoff pitch, and that is
fair ball.
Hit fair ball down the third baseline, and Caputo rounds first and will head into second with a stand-up double.
Yeah, that actually bounced off of the top of the bag as he just wrote that right down the third base line, and it was a no-doubter call with it making contact with the bag, so it is fair all the way.
And the Raiders have their leadoff on board for the first time tonight. It took them 4 innings to do it, but they're finally here.
Hey, again, we'll take it.
That'll bring up Nolan Harris. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. This will be the Raider big inning right here.
Hey.
We're going to make it happen.
You know, I've got every bit of faith in them.
Mike Stradamus is going to call it right here. Wait a minute. Yeah, we got to go for it. We need it to happen. Harris will swing and miss for strike one.
And I'll tell you what, as much as Nolan can actually pull that ball very sharply, I'm watching Logan Warden really crashing in from first base. Interesting approach defensively.
The 0-1, that gets the inside corner for a strike.
And that would have been the pitch to do it on right there. So.
And Harris in an 0-2 count. Davis from the stretch. He comes set. Checks Caputo back at second. And he comes home with it. This is lined back up toward the middle. Mullen has it. The throw to first will be in time, and he will hold Caputo at second, and there will be no advance on the infield hit.
Great actual good contact there. Dribbling and running, away in the hole there, but unfortunately, Quentin Mullen with a great arm there to get the fleet-footed Nolan Harris as he makes his way up the line.
That'll bring up Joe Sparshoe. He's 1 for 1 with a double. And that'll bounce away, and Caputo will advance to third on the wild pitch.
So in a roundabout way, we accomplished what we really wanted to have happen in the last inning to advance Mikey Caputo, unfortunately at the cost of an out, and we don't really have outs to give at this point as we need more runs than anything.
1-0 pitch, that's inside for ball 2. A 2-0 pitch, that's in for a strike. Two and one, the count to Sparshoe. Gonzalez on deck. 2-1 pitch. This is lifted to shallow left, and that's going to fall in for a base hit, and Caputo will score. An RBI single for Little Shotty.
Yeah, he fought that one off, did Joe Sparshoe, and was able to just hit enough of it to get it out past Quentin Mullen, who was running from the shortstop spot, and drop it in front of Drew Robertson out there in left. So good job.
That'll bring up Gonzo. He is 0 for 0 with a walk. Throw to first. That will get by Warden. And Sparshoe will advance on the throw by
Cade Davis.
Cade Davis.
Snap throw. Honestly, I think it took Logan Warden for surprise, as he really wasn't set, trying to get Joe caught off guard, which honestly Joe slid in a little late. Had that been a better throw, there may have been an opportunity for the play, but Logan Warden just wasn't expecting it.
Sparshoe will advance on the error. Davis from the stretch. The pitch. This one's fouled off for a strike. Look at that. Rainer Heinrich helping out his on-deck fielding percentage.
And Blake just trying to get an opportunity here, keep this inning alive and get the top of the lineup around. And, Rainer is absolutely due at this point.
Davis will spin off and look Sparshoe back to second. Nobody holding him on, but he goes back to second nonetheless. Mullen playing about 20 feet off. Davis takes a look back, and he'll come home. That's going to miss low for a ball.
And again, great patience here from Blake Gonzalez at the plate.
1-1 the count to Gonzalez.
Looking for that one pitch that he can really piece up and drive into the outfield, hopefully to a gap spot.
He'll foul this one off for strike 2, and the count will go 1-2. One on with one out, runner at second here in the bottom of the 4th. Raiders trailing 7-2. The pitch, that's high for ball 2, and that will even the count up at 2. Two ball, two strike count to Blake Gonzalez. Davis checks Sparshoe at third, and Gonzalez is going to get rung up on the strike on the outside corner as he gets caught looking.
Yeah, another borderline pitch there, but went the way of Cade Davis for the strike call, and you know it's definitely one of those close enough. You need to definitely be swinging and don't leave it up to the umpire.
That'll bring up Rainer Heinrich. He's looking to avoid the hat trick. He has struck out twice.
And again, if anybody's due on this squad, it's Rainer Heinrich right here, right now.
And Heinrich will foul this one off for a strike.
He's been an absolute beast at the plate all year long, batting well over 400.
0-1 the count to Heinrich. The throw back to second will not be in time. Mullen fields it, and he will call time and go say, hey, he's doing this. Throw it back to me. I'll get him like this.
Again, you never know what they could be talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what are you doing after the game?
So I'm going back to the house. I'm going to watch a movie and eat some popcorn. The pitch. This is a fly ball, a high infield fly, and Davis is calling everybody off. He will not fit. He will miss it, and that will score Sparshoe on the infield fly.
And great running from Rainer Heinrich as he takes second base as he's supposed to. But I'll tell you what, that's why pitchers run away from the ball and let the shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, anybody else make that call.
That was ruled an error.
You know, we've seen it already this year multiple times. You know, the mound can play havoc on a pitcher when he's trying to play a ball, even though it was at the mound itself, very high. A lot of opportunities for other players to call him off, and it didn't happen.
Miller will give this one a deep right to left
That
center,
is
and that is gone over the fence. A home run for Landon Miller as he sends it over. And the Raiders have cut into the lead.
And I was going to say, not just over the fence. That was over the scoreboard in left center.
Wow, what a ride
hit a nuke
that he just launched out of this park. Wow.
I mean, that literally had a jet stream behind it, and the left fielder, Drew Robertson, could do nothing but just turn around and watch because he never had to move as that went over the left center field scoreboard that is 370 on the fence. The scoreboard easily stands 15 feet above, if not more than that, above, and I'm being told that was easily 423 to clear that scoreboard out in left center.
First pitch to Caden Kaspar, in for a strike. Wow, what a monster shot in this ballpark. That is fouled off for strike 2. The 0-2, that is fouled off, and Kaspar will stay alive. Bases are clear.
And I'll tell you what, the players here, Concordia players, were in awe of that one, as they said that there's not many guys hitting home runs like that in their ballpark.
Kaspar lays off for ball one as Davis was trying to get him to chase. Raiders trailing by 2. And he'll foul this one off as he just gets a piece of it. He'll stay 1-2.
Yeah, and just fighting
Hold
off every
on
opportunity.
To your seats, folks. Davis picks up the sign from Wohl. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for the Raider fourth, but they get 4 runs on 2 hits, and they leave them empty. On to the 5th we go. Raiders trailing now by 2. They were down by 6 at one point in this contest, and they have climbed back into it. Mike Stradamus called the big inning for the Raiders, and he pulled through.
Yes, sir.
You're
he
welcome,
did.
folks.
And we'll let you do much more of that. And Colin Correjo back out on the mound for Rouse, and just really seeing what the offense is doing and knowing he wants to be able to come in and shut these guys down at the plate and get his guys back up and back out there to create some more damage here in this game.
Thank you for letting us know, Sarah. We were probably just overpowering the mics in that inning. You're just a little excited.
You think?
Just a skosh.
There's a little buffer, I think, on these mics that, whenever you do get a little loud. And,
yeah, you peek out, and so.
Yeah, it spikes and shuts you down for a brief second. So
Colin Correjo back out to pitch the 5th.
I was
Due up for the Timberwolves in the 5th. Davis, Dillman, and Richardson. Cedar Park Timberwolves back to the top of the order.
And we'll do what we can, everybody, to try to not let that happen again. Where
if he launches another one,
but not really.
We're definitely going to let it be known. Cade Davis will stand in. He is hit into a fielder's choice. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded to second. And he will take for ball 1.
And again, a great starting pitch there from Colin Correjo that just misses a little high.
The 1-0. That's in for a strike.
So he comes right back in the exact same spot and drops at about 2 inches.
1-1, that's fouled off for strike 2.
And again, I called it.
Dillman taking care of his on-deck fielding percentage that time. He'll be .500 on the night so far for his 2 opportunities. The 1-2, this is lifted high. Gonzalez will call it, will make the catch in foul territory, and that will retire Davis for out number 1.
And again, I said it earlier, Colin Correjo, a rhythm pitcher. He gets into a rhythm. Xander knows this. Xander is his normal game 1 pitcher and catcher duo, so he knows, get the ball back to him, let him get into a rhythm and go after these guys.
That first pitch misses high for ball 1.
And it was the same no call against Cade Davis. So, you can't fault the umpire there. He's sticking to his guns as much as Colin didn't approve of that, but it was still high and called as such. So
Dillman has walked twice and struck out. 1-0. That's in for a strike, a breaking ball. Might have been a little generous on that call.
Yeah.
But he's had some no calls that, that kind of makes up for it. Swing and a miss on a fastball in for strike 2. And that's what you need, Correjo, to get in a rhythm. The 1-2 pitch. That will hit him. And that will put a man on board.
And are they calling it a hit? Okay, so even Brooks was a little
That is the fourth hit
confused.
batter of the night.
Yeah, it was interesting. Brooks, was sort of back and forth and not sure whether he was given the base.
Brady Richardson will come to the plate. He has singled twice and been hit by a pitch. And he will hit this one into right field. Salazar will play it. The throw to third will bounce away from Gonzalez. A good throw by Salazar.
Yeah, slightly down the line, but Blake still may have had an opportunity to catch that. And as Brooks was not hesitating at all to round second and go to third and challenging the arm of Oscar Salazar. And
runners on the corners for Luis Alonso. 2 on with 1 out. And Coach Harris is going to call time and go out and talk to his infield.
Yeah, great.
You don't want to give up the momentum. You had momentum coming into this inning off of that big inning in the fourth.
And you would expect this to be just a quick little powwow and get everybody on the same page. Tell them to keep their heads up. Obviously 2 runs, no issues there. And at this point now they, not that they can, again, afford another run, but at the same time, let's turn the double play. We've got 1 out. Don't worry about the runner at third.
This is where that senior leadership needs to come through. Luis Alonso will come to the plate. He is singled, struck out, and flown out to right.
Yeah, and you have 2 guys very familiar with each other here in Colin Correjo and Luis Alonso.
That pitch down and away for ball 1.
Who have faced off many, many times throughout their high school careers, and I'm sure summer ball as well.
The 1-0, fastball in for strike. Throw over to first, not being time is.
Yeah, the runners need
Richardson
to be
gets back in.
Definitely need to be careful of that. Colin's been very, very good at picking off runners throughout the year.
He'll step off and fake to third and look to first. And the runners will step back on the bag. A breaking ball. Misses low for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Alonso. Pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2. That'll even things up at 2.
Great pitch there. Of course, that is a very similar pitch that was driven opposite field the other time.
2-2. This is lifted high and out of play down the right field side. And Alonso will get another opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say that same outside pitch that just got called a strike 2 pitches ago was the same pitch that Brady Richardson was able to barrel up and hit out in the right field.
The 2-2 pitch coming up. Alonso calls time. I mean, the umpire doesn't even show time. It was the umpire behind the plate. The official behind the mound. This is hit back up the middle. This could be 2. There's 1. The throw to first. He said he beat it out. And that will score a run. That'll go 6-4 on the put out of Richardson.
And an absolute bang play over there at at first. And
as Alonso got down the line quickly. Fielder's choice for Alonso.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't an extremely sharply hit ball to Joe Sparshoe. He did have to come and crash on it to get to that ball as quickly as possible. But
this is a foul hit by Quentin Mullen, almost caught by Nolan Harris in foul territory.
Unbelievable
Great diving effort.
Great effort there as he tries to get as low as possible and get a glove underneath it, maybe even pop it up, but no option there, and gets away from him.
The 0-1, that's down and away for a strike. 0-2 the count to Mullen. So let me know if that sounds a little better, Sarah.
Oh, are we still cutting out?
Yeah, she said we're still cutting out. So I turned the gain down some to see if that would help. For Mullen. And so now.
Are we frozen again?
Yeah, it kind of lagged out, but it's going again. I may have to change. Another server. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is nonetheless. That'll bring up Kalishaw. Kalishaw has walked, struck out, and singled. Correjo from the stretch, a swing and a miss for a strike.
Tell you what, everybody getting fired up in this inning, and they are absolutely shaking this press box.
Nothing in one, the count to Kalishaw. One pitch in there for a strike.
Great pitch there from Colin Correjo as he is just killing that outer half of the plate right now. And once again, will he challenge him back inside as he's shown that he's been going on the outer half.
The 0-2 pitch that misses outside for ball one. 2 on with 2 out. Timberwolves have added to their lead by 1. And that was another one of those free passes with that hit batter.
Yeah, I mean, you know, just.
The 1-2 pitch just misses outside and for ball 2. And some Rouse faithful definitely disagreeing with the call.
They're letting him hear it. There's no doubt about that, as they are not happy.
The 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Kalishaw as he will strike out for the second time.
And a call immediately jumping off the mound, getting his boys fired up again, wanting to get those bats in the hands. Let those bats get fired up again for another 4-run inning, excuse me, and take this lead and not really look back. And that's their goal right now, and the only thing that they're focused on.
The Timberwolves get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2. And after 4.5, it's 8-5 Cedar Park. Due up for the Raiders in the 5th, Salazar, Correjo, and Caputo. That'll be your 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Cade Davis back out on the mound to pitch the 5th for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and you got to figure if there's another inning that happens like Rouse had in the last, that Cade Davis's time will have expired on the mound. But again, that needs to happen, right? I mean, ultimately, that's one thing Rouse has really done well is whenever they faced a very potent pitcher like Cade Davis throughout the year, they try to get to him early. Now, granted, we have not been able to do that up to this point, but they did show that they were able to get to him in the last inning. They can do that again. That's going to probably see an exit from him, and then we'll see who actually tries to pick up the slack on the mound. for Cedar Park and possibly Louis Alonso. I know he's normally their number 2, 1 or 2 throughout the year.
Oscar Salazar will dig in. He has flown out to right and walked. That pitch in for a strike. The 0-1 delivery, that misses down and in for ball 1.
Ball 1.
Kim Ross checking in. Same audio is good. Go Raiders. The 1-1 pitch, that gets the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count.
Another great pitch there. Just tailing away from the right-handed batter of Oscar Salazar.
Davis will step off and reset. 1-2 the count to Salazar. And Salazar will foul this one away and get another opportunity.
And again, Oscar, another one of those streaky hitters that has been very, very good throughout the year for Rouse.
And he'll lay off for ball 2. That one almost hit him.
Yeah, he was able to sneak the right foot out of the way, and I think the fans were like, hey,
wear it.
Wear it.
2-2. That misses inside for ball 3, and Salazar works it full.
You know, and once again here, you do not want to see a situation where you leave it in the hands of the umpire. You know, anything that is close, make contact, foul it off, look for another pitch that you can handle a little bit better, and just stay alive at this point because base runners is the name of the game at this point.
Salazar calls time. He steps out. And he will foul this one off. He just gets a piece of it. You know, I still can't get over that rocket launch off the bat of Landon Miller. Payoff pitch, and this one's fouled off, and Salazar turning this into a quality at bat.
Yeah, and of course, Landon very similar in stature to one Colby Diaz, who
oh my goodness,
has the home run record, single season home run record for Rouse.
That ball misses for ball 4, and Salazar will draw the leadoff walk.
And I'm sure Colby, wherever he is really itching at this game and absolutely probably beside himself on the anxiety that he has if he's listening, because I have not seen him in the house, so I don't think he is here.
That pitch will go to the backstop, and Salazar will advance to second on the wild pitch.
Interesting, that was a bit lazy, you know, chance at catching that ball.
Mikey Caputo on deck. Colin Correjo at the plate. 1-0 the count to Correjo. No pitch. That generous call, as that was over the stripe in the right-hand batter's box.
At least it
1-1 the count.
At least it wasn't in the other box, so, I mean, pretty close.
The 1-1 pitch. Correjo will lay off as he shows bunt for ball 2.
You know, if there's anybody on this team that has been able to lay down bunt time and time again for a base hit, is Colin Correjo, as he finds the perfect spot to put that ball.
2-1 to count to Correjo. Davis deals the 2-1 pitch. That is fouled back as he fouls off a bunt, and obviously didn't have the desired effect.
Nope. Commentator cursed there. Sorry, Colin.
2-2 the count to Correjo.
Or should I say Coco?
Coco. That's right. We hadn't called him Coco. Hey, Coco.
From his Nona. Is Nona?
No, it was Aunt
Nona's
Rose.
not his. That was Aunt Rose. Okay.
Aunt Rose let us know that.
Yes.
So if you're a fan of Coco, give us a shout out and let us know. And there's a story why he's called Coco.
Well, I'm sure there is, and I'd love to hear it.
A 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Correjo. Mikey Caputo will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has struck out and doubled.
Oh, and that is actually going to draw a visit to the mound from Coach Farst. So not that he has put himself in a bad spot here, but will this be the end of the night for Cade Davis?
That's going to be
is.
it, as Davis
And
will
he is
exit.
bringing in Drew Robertson out of left field to come in on the mound. And, of course, Cedar Park coming out and on their feet to give Cade Davis a round of applause, as he has had a really solid night tonight. And, again, Drew Robertson is coming in from left field. I'll be interested to see who is going to be his replacement. And it will be Cade Davis. So he came in, swapped his glove as he makes his way to join his outfield compadres and gives up the mound to the left-handed hurler, Drew Robertson.
So Sarah let us know that Nona is Gonzo's grandma.
Gonzo's. Okay, I knew there was a Nona in there. I don't get to see I don't have that right in front of me like you do to be able to see who's putting those in. I know I remember hearing because it was Nana, and she goes, oh, no, it's Nona.
No, I called her Nana, and
right.
I wasn't sure if it was Nana or Nona, or she let us know that it was No. Robertson getting his warm-ups in.
Y'all need any water?
Had one of the Cedar Park fans wanting to bring some waters, and she was looking for the Vipe guy. She said,
Yeah.
Who's the Vipe guy? That'd be Cedar Park's
That'd be right there.
announcer is on
Rhodes.
Vipe, Mr. Mike Rhodes, and was a little late to the party as we were able to come in and get in our spots here inside the press box. And
the generosity, the kind folks here at Concordia allowing us to set up in here. We
great guys.
developed a good relationship with these guys.
Yeah, great guys and a great program here. I know I talked about it this past weekend when we were playing Alamo Heights. They do put on a awesome baseball camp for the youth out here. Look it up. It's run by not only the coach but the players. So you actually your youth will get a lot of one-on-one time with the players, and they enjoy having them out here. As my son, Caden Kaspar, was one of those members about 8 or 9 years ago. He still remembers that to this day. And it looks like the warm-up pitches are over, and there's a powwow going on that the home plate umpire was like, hey, guys, let's get this game underway here. As we will now see our first look at Drew Robertson, as I do not believe he was needed in either one of the previous 2 games against Rouse. And again, a left-handed thrower here.
Davis goes 4 1/3 as Drew Robertson comes in. And Robertson will deal on the outside for ball 1. Nolan Harris on deck with Mikey Caputo at the plate. Robertson from the stretch. 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. Two-0 the count to Caputo. Davis playing more shallow. That pitch misses outside for ball 3, and I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good-looking pitch.
That was a good-looking pitch, but, that's one of those things. You got to earn that first strike call, and if the first 2 pitches miss as much as they did, I don't know that he was willing to give that strike.
3-0, that's inside for ball 4. And Robertson will give up a walk.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch sort of the home plate umpires in that situation, and looks like we've got the
Dale Park checking in. Let's go, Raiders. Keep it going.
the student section for Rouse is being led by a very young lady out here.
Nolan Harris at the plate, and that will hit him to load the bases.
And here we go. You know, the cowbells are out, the bubbles are out.
Well, this is where the Raiders have to take advantage of the opportunities that are given them, where we've seen so many times in the past where they have had bases loaded with one out and then not able to get a run home.
And immediately Dawson Snow comes in to pinch run for Nolan Harris.
And that'll bring up Joseph Sparshoe, and Sparshoe is 2 for 2. He has doubled and singled.
Yeah, and a double
Yeah,
will go
RBI
a long
single.
way here. As again, chasing 3 runs are the Rouse Raiders, and 1 out in a good spot.
Robertson deals outside for ball 1. Wohl gives the sign. Robertson from the windup. The pitch. That's upstairs for ball 2.
And that's 6 straight balls once again here. That did happen earlier with Cade Davis, who was able to right the ship and really go back and start throwing some strikes. But from the time that Drew Robertson has stepped in here, he has yet to throw an actual strike, or at least a called strike. There was one that was very close earlier.
2-0 the count. Sparshoe shows bunt. He lays off. That one's going to be a called strike.
And there it is.
2-1 the count to Sparshoe. Robertson winds and deals. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 count to Sparshoe. Blake Gonzalez on deck. And he will send this one foul down the right field line. If that had been about 8 feet over, that would have been trouble.
Yeah, nobody was getting to that. I mean, it had just that perfect distance. Unfortunately, just a skosh wide over there down the right, but it had all of us pausing and waiting to watch it land.
A 2-2 pitch, and this is fouled off. And Sparshoe stays alive.
Yeah, and immediately knowing he didn't miss that one by much, and he is all
see
over
that gap
these.
in left center right there. If he could just give that one a launch right there. And he will hit this one foul. Wow.
And a long way foul as everybody went, ooh. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I had the mic off for the crowd, Mike, and nobody could hear them.
Robertson winds and deals to 2-2. That's high for ball 3. And the count goes full.
And I've said it before, a walk's as good as a hit here as bases are juiced.
Robertson with the payoff pitch. And this is hit into right field. That'll fall fair. That will score 1, maybe 2.
2 for
the
sure.
throw in will not be in time. And Sparshoe will head to second on the throw to third. A 2 RBI single for Joe Sparshoe.
Unbelievable.
Wow, is Sparshoe dynamite tonight or what?
Hey, what did you say? 8 feet to the left? And that was exactly 8 feet to the left because it landed perfectly on the line, bouncing away from Jake Collishaw that was trying to get over there, and that does plate 2. And he does advance on the throw in.
Raiders trail by 1. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, I must say, as he is able to advance on some great base running from Joe Sparshoe.
The tying run just 90 feet away. That pitch sails high and outside for ball 1.
And again, it's a new ball game, folks. Anything and everything that has happened leading up to this point is in the past, as we're now chasing one run.
That pitch outside for ball 2. And I tell you what, if Blake Gonzalez can send this one down the right field line, this game, the Raiders might actually take the lead in this contest. That pitch in for a strike.
And I'll tell you what, Cade Davis exiting the game in a situation where he had not really allowed the base runners to get on with walks is an interesting call.
Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 2.
You know, that is a make it or break it decision from Coach Forrest to run his ace out of here.
Rainer Heinrich on deck. The 2-2 pitch. He lays off, and that will hit him to load the bases.
Oh, and he actually, Blake says it hit him in the foot, and the umpire shook his head like, no, it didn't make contact with you. And, of course, Coach Krimpine immediately walks over to have a discussion with him and asks for them to, talk. Hey, we've got 3 other umpires out here. That's a great call from Coach Krimpine. You know, Blake is definitely not one that's going to sit there and fake something like that. I mean, if it hit him, it hit him. You know, there's no reason.
And they're saying it didn't hit him, so he's going to.
It's good that they talked.
That'll be a ball nonetheless, and that'll take it to a full count.
Yeah, it's great that they were at least able to talk, but with where they're at in the field, whether they could see that ball hit him or not is hard to say.
Robertson comes set. The payoff pitch, that misses low for ball 4.
And once again, in comes Rainer Heinrich, absolutely due, and the next meeting on the mound here for Coach Forrest will see a relief pitcher come in from the bullpen. And I will have his number here for you shortly. I think it was number 2, Parker Green, but don't hold me to that as he gets a little bit closer. Is that a 2 or a 3?
That's a 3.
3, which will be Blake Padani.
Padani, ask Brad down there. He probably knows. Padani. Blake Padani.
You know, for everybody out there watching, we always love to try to be as accurate as possible with the name, so we will reach out and ask any and all avenues for help.
Blake Padani comes on in relief of Drew Robertson. Robertson does not record an out. The Raiders with bases loaded for Rainer Heinrich. And you brought it up earlier, he's due.
Hey. Positive reinforcement, positive thoughts can often bring on great results. I'll just leave it there. And a quick little recap here for the pitchers on the Cedar Park side. Cade Davis does go 4 1/3, as Michael mentioned earlier, allowing 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 of those being earned. Had 9 strikeouts to 3 walks. He did go for 107 pitches. So that right there, I was unaware of his pitch count, and that's easily why he probably exited the game, even though he could have stayed in for one more batter, because he is allowed to start that batter even though he goes over that 110 pitch count. He did throw 62 for strikes. Robertson did come in for 20 pitches, only 8 for strikes. So obviously that is why he has exited this game and given way.
Rainer Heinrich will make his way to the plate. Bases loaded with 1 out. With Blake Pedani on the mound for the Timberwolves. Heinrich has struck out twice and reached on an error. Error by Cade Davis on the infield fly. First pitch, and he will send this one to deep left center field. And Snow will score on the sacrifice. And we have a tie ball game.
A brand new ball game, folks. With 2 outs and runners still in scoring position.
Sac fly to center for Rainer Heinrich, an RBI.
And an absolutely great job, and the perfect person to come up in that situation to drive something deep enough.
You got to wonder, Landon Miller at the plate. He sent it over the fence, over the scoreboard, his last at bat.
Well, and then what do you do here? You know, do you put him on and give way to Caden Kaspar up here next, or do you pitch to him? It'd be very interesting here scenario.
But Danny will deal high and inside, brushes him back off the plate for ball 1. The Timberwolves at one point in this contest led by 6. The Raiders have tied it up.
And great patience here.
Miller lays off
from
for ball
Miller.
2.
Chrissy Caputo is absolutely fired up, banging that bottle on the railing.
But Danny comes set from the stretch. The 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, just as I said patience, he did offer there at a high pitch that would have been called a ball, as he is just really amped up here as Landon Miller.
Christina Diaz checking in. Let's go Raiders. A 2-1 pitch. That will hit him to load the bases.
Yeah, and he is saying that it was a hit. And again, he is not calling that hit by pitch, as the ball obviously deflected off of his hand and bounced away from the catcher. But immediately, the ump is going to have a discussion with the rest of the crew, as Landon is adamant that that ball hit him on the palm of his hand, left hand. And I guess
He gave him the base.
And again, Coach Farce is like, well, hey, man, why are you giving that to him? Because he said it. Obviously, a lot on the line here for both squads.
A lot of passion for both teams, and wow, I mean, oh my. Bases loaded for Caden Kaspar, and Kaspar with a triple his first time up, and then he has struck out the last 2.
Yeah, and coming up in an extremely big spot here, and oh man, I don't know how much I can say here. This big spot, unfortunately, Farce's argument falls upon deaf ears as he makes his way back to the dugout.
Raiders with a great opportunity here to take the lead for the first time in this contest with Caden Kaspar at the plate. But Danny will deal and gets a strike on the outside corner. Kaspar, the 9th batter of the inning. But Danny deals the 0-1. Not sure where that one missed, but that one looked really good.
I'd have to say low, if anything, because it was right over the top of the plate. So, but again, low enough where no offer from Kaspar.
The 1-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 2. Kiddos in big inning situations like this. 2-1. Swing and a miss as Kaspar chases a fastball up out of the zone. For strike 2, Deuces wild with bases loaded.
All right, kid, tighten
2
up
outs.
here. Shorten up, drive the ball.
The 2-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 3. The payoff pitch. That's inside for ball 4, and the Raiders take the lead on a walk.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. As much as my heart was so wanting a hit there, a walk works just the same, as we now have taken the lead and come back and clawed our way back on another big inning.
Oscar Salazar will take his second at bat of the inning. That pitch misses outside for ball 1. But Danny Wines, he will get rung up on a strike on a pitch that was well outside of the zone.
Yeah, it was off, and Oscar rounded the bunt and
Even
pulled
count
back
at
and
1. Wohl gives the sign. But Danny with the windup, that pitch high and outside for ball 2. And the 2-1 pitch. And Salazar pops this one up. This could be trouble. But Kalishaw able to get to it in time and will make the catch. But the Raiders take the lead. As the Raiders score 4 runs on 1 hit. Can you believe it? And they leave them loaded.
And I will tell you, Michael, I was just made aware that we do have the potential threat of weather coming in here within the next 30 minutes or so. And it does look like possible lightning with that. So it's something to keep our eyes on, as Rouse is no stranger to weather in this ballpark. As 2 years ago, when we did play Dripping Springs here in an absolute 14-inning marathon,
right,
that did have 2-hour delays, one prior to the game starting and then during the game. And, again, a 14-inning, very wet game. Saw a walk-off bomb from Keegan Solomon that bounced off of that left center wall to plate the 1 run that was needed in a I can't remember, was it a 1-1 game or a 0-0 game? It was an extremely low-scoring game,
right.
But
due up for the
exciting.
Timberwolves in the 6th, Warden, Hedges, and Wohl. That's your 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Colin Correjo back out on the mound. Brandy Mann checking in. I'm so mad I didn't go. I am fairly certain I can specifically hear Josh Mann yelling. You probably do.
I did.
First pitch misses for ball 1.
I did hear Josh going, where is she at?
Dale Park, let's go, boys. That pitch in for a strike. George, come on, Oscar. And I agree with Mr. Garcia, Mr. Francis, you guys are killing it. Thank you very much. This is Played to Heinrich to throw to first in time, and that will retire Warden for out number 1. That'll go 4-3 on the putout.
And I'll tell you what, the hop and skip and step from these boys on the defensive side is awesome to watch. They are absolutely fired up.
I am pumped, brother. My palms are sweating right now.
It's unbelievable. Great atmosphere here and great playoff ball.
Andrew Kidhill checking in. Hedges tries to lay down a bunt. Will go get a strike charged to him.
He really lunged at that and, trying to get a great jump on the bunt lay down, but unfortunately he forgot the most important part, and that was making contact with the ball.
Guerrejo deals. This is cut on. It's popped up. It could be playable. Nolan Harris will track it and make the he drops it. Oh, my goodness. Bounced out of the heel of his glove. And Hedges will get another opportunity.
And there goes the saying, 2 hands while you're learning. 2 hands.
2 hands.
That way that heel won't come into play if that second hand is over on top ready to smother that ball and trap it. But, hey, it's okay. It's foul ball.
Thank you for your kind words, Brandy. We appreciate that. That pitch sails high for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Hedges. The 1-2 pitch. Just misses low.
Low?
For
Again,
ball 2.
I was going to say, he's been doing a really good job, and it's an extremely pressure spot for the home plate umpire.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it for Hedges on the punch out. That will bring up Carter Wohl. Wohl has been hit by a pitch, and he's flown out to center.
Brings up the catcher, Carter Wohl.
Guerrejo working quickly. He deals the outside corner for strike 1.
And not very happy with Cedar Park on that call there, as it was on outer half of the plate.
That time he misses low for ball 1, and that will even it up. A breaking ball in for a strike. That'll make it 1-2. Cade Davis on deck. The 1-2 pitch, a fastball. Misses outside for ball 2.
And that drew the woes of Rouse, but Xander doing a great job of trying to frame that back into.
A breaking ball cut on and missed. As Guerrejo is in a groove.
No doubt.
Coco is in a groove. Go Coco.
And if there's anybody on that Rouse sideline that wanted, in that dugout, that wanted redemption to come back out and prove himself in this game, Colin is that guy, because he absolutely
due up for the Raiders. Coco, Caputo, and Harris.
And a cramp from Colin as he came in getting a little fired up. Get that boy some pickle juice.
All right, yeah, absolutely. J.C. Guerrejo checking in. Let's go, Coco. You got that right. Let's go, Coco.
Yeah, and as I was saying, with the outing he had in the first game in district round against Cedar Park, he wanted redemption tonight. He was given that opportunity. Krimpine believes in him, put the ball in his hand in a tough spot, and he has absolutely come in firing on all cylinders and putting no doubt as to why he is on that mound right now in this situation.
Let's keep it going. Absolutely, Sarah, absolutely right. What a contest we have going here.
Yeah, we do have.
I'll tell you what, I need a chicken stack.
Blake Canary.
I'm feeling a little hungry.
Yeah, we're not at home.
It's been a long time since lunch.
We're not at Rouse, unfortunately, with chicken stackers and pizza rolls from Double Dave's and pulled pork sandwiches and great nachos.
Russell checking in. Let's go, Rouse.
You know, I would be interested, anybody at home that could possibly, my buddies Larry and Mike, maybe get an opportunity to check on some scores around the
Oh, we never did go over scores from last night. If you want to flash
We
that.
did not, and
Maybe just for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we'll wait till the middle of the inning.
yeah, we'll go middle.
And we got Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller is going to pinch hit for Correjo. It may be because of the cramp.
Because of the cramp, yeah. They were stretching him on the sideline there.
Miller will take for ball one.
You know, Nathan's definitely been one of those hot bats throughout the year this year, and
he'll take for a strike as he tried to squat and shrink his strike zone.
Well, what's interesting is he's really crowding the plate in that squat, trying to possibly induce a hit by pitch.
That pitch will miss for ball two. That was just up out of the zone. Karina Salazar checking in. Let's go, Correjo. Keep dealing. Let's go, Raiders. And Miller will foul this one off to even it up at 2. Raiders could really use another big inning right here. Caputo on deck. Miller will get caught looking on a pitch that looked like it was outside.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one, Michael. It was definitely well outside, and you know, unfortunately, Nathan's making his way back to the dugout, shaking his head on that one.
Padani will deal. He gets the outside corner for a strike as Caputo will stand in. Caputo has walked, doubled, and struck out. 0-1 pitch. And Caputo will hit this one out to right. Kalashaw will get underneath it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it. 2 away for Nolan Harris. And finally, Nolan Harris gets a right-handed pitcher. He loves hitting off of righties.
No doubt, no doubt. And again, we'll see if
swing and a miss for strike one.
Man, Padani just really going hard at the guys now. It's almost like he's
dialed in himself.
Revived his.
That pitch outside for a ball. 2 away for Harris. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. And he'll lay off for ball 2.
Yeah, well inside was that pitch.
The 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss on a nice breaking ball that fooled Harris.
Yeah, great pitch there. Well out in front was Nolan Harris.
Deuce is wild for Harris. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it as the Raiders go in order in the 6th.
And 3 outs.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on. After 6 complete, it's 9-8 Rouse.
And 3 outs, Mr. Francis, 3 outs.
Colin Correjo makes his way out to the mound, due up for Cedar Park in the 7th. Davis, Dillman, and Richardson. That is the top of your order.
He probably pumped him up full of some pickle juice real quick with his not having to worry about hitting, and he's coming out ready to go. Folks, I hope y'all are enjoying this game. What an unbelievable game we have here, and extremely similar to Game 1 this season with Cedar Park and Rouse, as we did see Cedar Park jumping out to a huge lead in the first inning, and then Rouse coming back and tying it in the second, and it staying tied until the 4th, until Cedar Park was able to put up a few more runs in the 4th and 5th. Then Rouse came back and tied the game in the 7th, and then we had the walk-off there in the bottom of the 7th.
Magnolia West over Lake Belton 11-0. If that's a final, Magnolia West will advance.
We didn't go over scores, sorry.
You can go over it here in a little bit. We may not need to.
Hopefully not.
Trejo will deal. That will go high. A little Ricky Vaughn action there.
Wild thing.
Wild thing for ball one.
Xander probably going out. Calm down, big man. Calm down. Let's focus. Go after these guys. Live low. Keep the ball on the ground. Let the defense work behind you.
1-0 the count to Davis. 1-0 pitch. This is hit out towards center field. Landon Miller will make the catch, and that will retire Davis on a long fly ball to center.
And once again, we've got a guy. As Landon makes quick work of that, as he just really shuffled on his way back, was on the ball the whole way, even though that was a great hit.
That will bring up Brooks Dillman. He has walked twice, been hit by a pitch, and struck out. He'll foul that one off for strike one.
And he is not wanting to go without getting in his hacks in this at bat is Brooks Dillman.
Brady Richardson on deck. Nothing in one the count, and Dillman will call time. And the umpire is given time every time a batter is called for it, both sides.
Both sides.
Fastball in for a strike.
Yeah,
and Dillman down in the count, 0-2.
And I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of wiggle room on those offerings from Colin Correjo as Brooks is well over the plate.
The 0-2. And a little chin music right here that will back him off for ball one. Correjo works quickly, the 1-2 pitch. This was popped up and fouled back out of play. And the count will stay 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Correjo. Breaking ball just misses the outside corner. Oh, my goodness. That was a big, nasty breaking pitch.
I'll tell you what, definitely something different that we haven't seen from him yet tonight.
Fastball. This is hit out to center field. Landon Miller takes 2 steps and makes the catch.
And we are 1 out away, folks. 1 out away from an epic comeback here from your Rouse Raiders.
Brandy, I have to tell you, Josh Mann is sitting right in front of us, I believe.
And I will be turning up the mic because I guarantee you, if we get this next out, we will hear a chant led by Coach Mann. I will not tell you what that is until it happens.
Brady Richardson will take for ball one. Richardson has been hit by a pitch. He has hit 3 singles. This is hit out to center field. Landon Miller tracks it, and he makes the catch. Boom! And your Rouse Raiders are regional quarterfinalist champions. They have done it again. They have defeated the Cedar Park Timberwolves twice in 3 years and will advance to the next round as they dismiss the Timberwolves 9-8. They were down 7-1, and they came back and they did it. Your Rouse Raiders, whose house? Rouse House.
And that is the chant, folks. Unbelievable game. Hats off to Cedar Park.
Gets the dub. Landon Miller, 3 consecutive outs in center field. What a monster shot. 425-footer better over the scoreboard in left center. Wow. How about them Raiders? Go Raiders!
What an unbelievable game. Unbelievable game. I just so wish that everybody was able to really enjoy this on video, and you know, we try to do our best to give y'all what we can and paint the picture. But I'll tell you what, this is an unbelievable feeling, an unbelievable game, and we wouldn't have expected anything different from both of these squads to go down like they did and come to a one-run game as it was earlier this year. Unbelievable, unbelievable. That's all I can say.
What an outstanding effort by this Rouse Raiders squad as they did not get down and they came back and did what they had to do. But you have to kind of look at where did this start. You got to look at Landon Miller as he launched that moonshot over the scoreboard in left center field.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
My.
The guys getting on ahead of that. And then coming in after that and keeping that inning rolling, having 3 great innings in a row where they were able to put up multiple runs, 4 runs, and then another 3, and then another 1, and just claw back. And one thing Coach Krimpine has said, their mentality, they're into it. The guys are into it. They're playing as a team. They're not getting down on each other in this spite of adversity, and they're really playing together, playing very well together, something that they have done in bits and pieces throughout the year. But as they have really come alive as the playoffs have come in, losing back-to-back games to Cedar Park to go from 1st to 4th when they really, really wanted that district title for Coach.
Well,
Coach wanted it.
Hold on, we got to pull a Kit Hill here. Yes, yes, yes,
yes.
There you go, Mr. Kittle.
And
that
that
one's
was
for you, brother.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
My. What a game this was. The Raiders never gave up. Never gave up. They looked down, but they never gave up. You got to look at players of this contest. Joe Sparshoe, my goodness, what he did to get this team going.
Unbelievable.
Effective at the plate. His field play was outstanding. Colin Correjo, the senior, leading his team. He got out on the mound. He showed that senior leadership.
He said, give me the mound, Coach. Give me the mound. Give me another opportunity.
This was his game, and he took it. Way to go, Colin Correjo.
And you said it, senior leadership. Joe Sparshoe coming alive when his team needed it the most. He became Rainer Heinrich. Rainer Heinrich has led this team throughout the year. Rainer has been a little bit off here these last few at-bats. But his teammates said, don't worry about it. Right. His buddy right next to him in the middle infield, Joe Sparshoe, says, hey, Bubba, I got you. I got your back, and I'm going to go out here and show out for you. And he did that tonight as they now move on to round 4.
Round 4, and we will face
regional
La Jolla
semifinals.
La Jolla Palmview or Edinburgh Vela. They're playing tonight, and it's a best of 3 series. So they'll play tonight, game 1. Then tomorrow they'll play game 2 and game 3 30 minutes after if necessary. And
a venue to be determined.
Right.
And then, it's going to be neutral. Both teams are a very, very well down in the valley, so it'll be interesting to see, what that happens.
We may be at San Antonio at Northeast Park next week. We'll see. But at any rate, my goodness, why don't you run down the final numbers? Wait, do this right quick. Let's go over the scores from last night so you can see.
Yeah, scores. So real quick rundown in game 1 between Georgetown and Lake Creek. Lake Creek did take them down 11-2. They had game 2 tonight at 7. Barbers Hill, who was 2 years ago the runner-up in the state finals, state championship, did take down the very high-ranked Friendswood 8-2. They did play game 2 tonight at 7 o'clock. Magnolia West taking down Lake Belton 10-0. Again, game 2 for them tonight at 7. And Bernie Champion, who we did play match up against their division in the first round, did take down Smithson Valley. So extremely similar situation where they meet against somebody that's in their own district as we did tonight.
So in those teams that are under there, Corpus Christi, Carroll, and Corpus Ray, all those are whoever they will face in the next round.
Correct. Fulshear LaPorte takes the winner of Lake Creek Georgetown. Lake Belton Magnolia West goes the winner against Barbers Hill Friendswood, so on and so forth.
Fulshire LaPorte is another game one, or a one-game series as well.
Correct.
Which is playing tonight.
Tonight and possibly over. We do continue on here. Corpus Christi Ray does match up against Corpus Christi Carroll. Ray taking them down 6-3. Again, Ray, another highly ranked top 5 team in the state. Palmview Vila, again, who we were going to be seeing the winner of. Palmview did take game 1 tonight.
No, their game's tonight. We don't know the score of that game yet.
Okay, so they have game 1. Obviously, Cedar Park Rouse winning.
Okay,
and then
Dustin
Fulshire
Wilson
LaPorte.
letting us know Palmview won game 1. So they will play game 2 tomorrow at UT Rio Grande Valley.
Yes, and then obviously that'll be an interesting game for Coach Crimpine and Harris and LaPaglia and Noble to possibly make their way down there to scout the two teams that we may have the potential to play against.
So we'll go over the final numbers. Jonathan will have those here for you.
And again, your final here, Rouse Raiders victorious over the Cedar Park Timberwolves 9-8. The game did see on the pitching side for Rouse, we did have 6 pitchers to complete this 7 innings, the most of that being Colin Correa, who does take the win, going 4 2/3. Everybody else at most going 2/3 of an inning. 4 2/3 for Colin Correa, allowing 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts, and no walks. That is the biggest difference between who led out the game and Colin is the walks. The walks will absolutely kill you, and that put us.
He did have a hit batter.
Yes, he did. We did allow a total of 10 hits, 7 total strikeouts with 5 walks, and once again 4 hit batters in this game. On the Cedar Park side, they did have 3 pitchers, again going 6 innings, allowing only 7 hits. So not very often do you hear this, that Cedar Park did out-hit our Rouse Raiders. Rouse is normally very high on the hit count and normally takes down that and wins that battle, but they did allow 7 hits, 9 runs did the pitchers, and 6 earned, 11 strikeouts from the Cedar Park pitchers, and 6 walks. So again, they were high on the walk side as well.
So wow, what a contest this ended up being, and the Raiders show repose and come back and take care of business versus Cedar Park and send them home. And I'm going to tell you this. Cedar Park has played a 1-game playoff in the regional quarterfinal round 3 years in a row, and they've lost 3 years in a row.
And this is Farsi's first year. So, Forst's first year. So, you got to figure somebody in there probably told him about history and probably told him about this scenario. And honestly, they've had a great year.
Oh, they have had an outstanding year.
They hit their stride at the end of the year, exactly when they needed to get to this point. And again, hats off to them. I know a lot of the boys over there. I really feel for them, and I'm hopeful that I can get down there and maybe see them before they get out of here.
Tip of the cap to those guys. I mean, they've done well. There's a great rivalry between these two programs, but you got to go back like we did in 21. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. 3 times,
no doubt.
They look like that they were in control of this. Cade Davis, he wasn't his best on the mound. He was kind of up and down. But the Raiders weren't able to take advantage of opportunities when they had them early on in the game, and he ended up staying on and didn't really show the flash and the flair that he had in Game 2 of the district series,
which was a 7-1 win, and he only allowed 2 hits in that game.
Right, and so just wasn't his best stuff tonight, but congratulations to those guys. They've done a great job all year long. They're always a tough out for the Raiders, and goodness, if you look at regular season, I don't even want to go there right now because they hold that edge on us. They swept us last year. They swept us this
in 2021.
They swept us in 21. Yeah. And
I mean, they are our block, and Caden, Colin, a lot of them have mentioned it, is like they never have beat Cedar Park. Those guys. Colin was a part of the 2021 squad. My son Caden was not, and he really, really was looking forward to this opportunity tonight.
Yeah, hey, Well done, Michael and Jonathan. Great prognostications. Yes. Did I call it? I called it, didn't I, Bubba?
Hey,
I said it.
I knew we were going to have a big inning as well, and positive reinforcement. That's all I can say, and give them an opportunity. Put the bats in their hands. They will not let you down, and that was obviously truth tonight.
The happy final from Concordia University. Your Rouse Raiders 9, the Cedar Park Timberwolves 8. We're on to the regional semifinal round, which will take place next week. Stay up with us for details. We'll get those posted out on the social media website or the Twitter and Facebook and everything else. Social media.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee that NFHS will come in this
Joe
next game. So we don't know. We don't know if that's going to happen. We may be able to do video and audio for the next game, but again, time will tell. We'll let y'all know. We'll keep you abreast.
Hey, I got to tell you, I put that request in on Saturday as soon as we found out what the game was going to be this week. When we found out it was going to be a single game playoff, I put that request in, but I did not hear back from those folks until Thursday, and I heard back from an independent account from Dave Campbell's Texas Football from Texas Live, because they handle all that for NFHS, letting me know that their email system was down, so I wasn't hearing from the sub-license email.
They were ghosting you.
And they were ghosting me, but they let me know they denied the rights. So, but I will, as soon as I get that in, folks, as soon as I hear, I will get that request in, and hopefully next week we'll be able to do that. But if it follows like it did in 21 when we played Gregory Portland down at Northeast Park, NFHS claimed the rights on that, and we didn't. We had to do audio only. So that's kind of what happens when you get this deep in the playoffs. Games start becoming more selective, and so the premier networks, they take first pick. So.
And I'll tell you what, folks, I want to see – at the end of each of our games, we do look for our live stream data and see how many people were interested in watching the game, what the length of time they were watching.
Right.
I want to see 1,000.
Oh, gosh,
I want to see 1,000 hits. I think everybody at home can let everybody know, get on, listen to the game, cheer on Rouse. Hopefully people that we may play against, let them know. Jump on as well. We want to hit 1,000 hits on this broadcast, and it's awesome.
Thank you, Mary, for your kind words. Yeah, please hit like and subscribe, and if you want to keep up with all things Rouse Raiders, hit that notification bell and get that. So
yes,
we won't hold you any longer. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball. Again, the happy final here from Concordia University. Your Rouse Raiders 9, the Cedar Park Timberwolves 8. The Rouse Raiders are your regional quarterfinalist champion. And we will see y'all next week. Good night, everybody. For Jonathan Kaspar and myself, Michael